amazing.
No, that was so solid. It's
So
almost
solid.
like you know what you're doing.
A little bit. A little bit. I mean, the calls I had this morning, the honest audience can attest, but we've had 3 back-to-back calls, all of which are like, sounds interesting. Let's talk further.
Yeah.
I don't see why this shouldn't work. We're
This one was great.
interested. Send over an offer. Let's see about, if we can get a deal going.
That's awesome.
It was phenomenal.
That's excellent. So hey, Jeff is that Lexi's guy? Or is that your own guy, Jeff Hatcher?
Jeff Hatcher, that's Lexi's guy.
That's Lexi's guy. That's what I thought.
Yeah, the same guy I use.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well done, sir.
Yeah, that was fantastic. That was I got a lot of underwriting to do.
You just give yourself a ton of work today.
Oh my God, I got some deals to underwrite. Holy crap.
That is awesome.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, Trent, you're up. And I gotta take a health break. And so I'll see you guys. Okay. Tomorrow is Friday, so Steve W has Fridays. Didn't realize I was overlapping on Steve W. So
as long as it's a Steve, we're good, right?
Yeah, as long as there's a Steve present somewhere. All right,
That's
guys.
awesome.
You guys have a great day.
All righty. Take it easy, buddy.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Hey, guys. Well, I am going on about an hour's worth of sleep, so bear with me if I'm more of a moron than I usually am. Just got back from Utah, where my son got a fiance out of the deal, which was really cool. Let me start pulling people up. Anybody that wants to speak on stage, raise your hand. Let's do this. And in my lives, if you guys turn on your camera, I'm gonna pick you guys first. So always have your camera up, because more than anything, we're just, we're people and we're talking to each other and we're trying to figure out life here. And I really want to talk to you guys one-on-one. Also, no cussing in my lives. I like to keep it clean. I just think we're classy, and so let's stay classy.
Can I go real quick?
What's up?
Yeah, so I got the info for the home yesterday.
How are you?
Good. Hope you're doing well.
No pleasantries from JJ. You are all business all the time. I love it.
I know. I just want to move quick and just learn this as much as I can, because there's so much to learn, which is what I like. But anyways, the guy, what I found out was he has a mortgage. It's
okay.
He has a good interest rate. It's like at 3.25.
Okay.
And he got
bring everybody up to speed on what we're talking about real quick from yesterday, right?
Seller. So this would be not a seller finance, but it would be considered, because he has a mortgage. What would it be?
A hybrid.
A hybrid. So he's essentially not getting the home rented out, but I found out why. It was because it's not in good shape in the photos. What he has online is not how it looks. But it's in possibly one of the most prestigious neighborhoods in Houston. And either way, my dad actually went to go see it too, and he got some quotes just because he was like, man, this could be an income producing property, whether it's Airbnb or lease. Similar homes are being rented for like, $6,000 a month. But regardless, yeah, he did not showcase the photos of how it looked like inside. Besides that,
wait, is it better or worse?
It's not that it's worse. It just needs possibly around $80,000 worth of renovation.
Okay, so we got 3 different factors. We got the mortgage. What was the mortgage at? Was it like? Do you remember the payment for the mortgage?
600. The amount or the total?
The amount, yeah.
It was like 600 and something, 660 something.
Okay, 660 was owed on it. Is that what we're saying?
Oh, what's owed? He only had it for a couple years, so he probably owes a lot on it.
Yeah. Okay, and then
and what happened was the last tenant was a really bad tenant and kind of like not destroyed it, but he was really bad. He messed up the home.
Okay.
And horrific. I feel bad, and he can't really do anything unless he wants to manually, not manually, but put his own money to fix it or just get rid of it.
Okay. So give me all the highlights of and do me a favor, send me in DMs the address just so we can get it back up so we can take a look at it.
Oh,
I think we have it from yesterday. Let me just double check here.
Yeah, on the DM, it's the one I sent yesterday. 47.
Okay, let me look for it. Stand by. And guys, also, Shane is under TKO's cheat code. He's going to help us run numbers today too. He's developing a program that we're partnering on, and so you're going to be seeing Shane popping in here and asking you questions as well. So when you direct message me your address, put in the purchase price too, just so I can copy and paste that all over to Shane so we can check that out. Okay, JJ, I'm looking at from yesterday, 4710, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what was the purchase price?
113. What he's asking.
1.3, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't need the purchase price actually. Just need to know if it's off Zillow or
It's off Zillow. It's not a listing.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, I'm sending it over to you. We looked at this one yesterday to Shane, so
Yeah.
it's going to be a redo. Okay, so now we've got one more factor. You're saying it needs rehab. How much are we thinking it's going to need?
I mean, I took videos and I sent it to somebody, and he was like, "That's at least 80,000 to get it to the pristine type that it needs to be."
Right. Let's figure more, just because we always want to overestimate, right? Because we don't want any surprises. So let's call it 120.
Sounds good. Yeah, that sounds fair.
Because I'd always much rather. So guys, always overestimate on your rehab because we never know.
That's exactly the amount my dad said too. Just because this is a really nice neighborhood that you can't just put cheap things in it as well.
Okay, cool. And this one you want to buy for your primary, right?
Eventually, yeah. It's just it's just the neighborhood. Like the land itself would be a million. I mean, easily. And it has no HOA and like the what I can do with that land is better. I don't have like a bunch of, what would the word be, restrictions.
Okay, good. So there's no building restrictions.
Correct.
Okay,
correct.
so also the second thing is we don't want to figure any value in what could happen. Okay, makes sense. So we want to just put the value on what it is at face value. Super nice place, but you really think the renter destroyed it, huh?
So that's what he told me. I mean, and I went there, and yeah, I mean, it was just the flooring was to a point where my dad said this floor cannot be the same floor that would be used if we were to purchase it or even rent it. It's just and it was just it was really bad. I mean, I don't know how someone can do that.
Did you take pictures while you were there?
I did. I got everything.
Okay, so we want to see. Show me just a couple of those pictures. I'd love to just see kind of to compare what the reality is from what they've got on Zillow's rental, because he's only got it up for rent on Zillow.
Yep, that's exactly.
I remember.
And I called him. I'm like, you're gonna get no one to rent it. And he's like, I know. It's just what it is right now, because he has other properties he's like managing as well. So I'm like, oh man.
Okay, but he owns this one, right?
Correct.
Okay, where did your dad land on everything? What did he say?
120. He was very firm on 120.
120 in rehab, right?
Mm-hmm. On the rehab.
And what does he think it's worth? Like, what is he thinking?
Just the land itself, he says it's in the at least worth more than what normal. I mean, I don't know if it's fully renovated, possibly around 1.5.
Okay, and so those are all shoulda, coulda, wouldas like numbers, you know.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And we're saying his loan payment, was that correct? The 3,400 for his loan
Yeah,
payment?
yeah. I think he said it was like 37, but it was around right around there from what you
What
said.
was his interest rate, JJ?
3.25.
And not adjustable or anything, right?
Not to my no. It was a fixed like 28-year normal. He said it was from Citibank.
Okay, and he's on Zillow. He's only asking 3,000 a month for rent.
Yeah, and I told him, you're on renting for it for less than what you're paying. He was just like, he didn't really give me any answers, which was kind of confusing.
That is confusing because that's the main thing in the whole.
And he
the whole thing.
he was telling me, yeah, I have people that want to Airbnb it out really bad. He was like, they even will bring their own furniture, and I'm like, yeah, but again, when they walk into it, it's from what the photos are, it's not what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
So the
funny
comps in
you
the
had it
area-
for less. It made absolutely no sense. And that was what threw us off yesterday too.
Yeah, so it still makes no sense, even though you talked to him, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the only thing that doesn't make sense is that it's on Zillow, but from the numbers, from what you and I discussed, it was that added up, the mortgage and everything.
Right. Okay. So, and Shane, tell me what you're finding. I'm
Without,
looking at your.
with it being off of Zillow, we can't get the accurate metrics of it. But
I
as far as
can send from the photo, like it's like a long video and stuff I have. I can just send it to your number, Mr. Trent, and then later on you can tell me like more about it.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards this not being a great deal, but the only thing that makes it okay is you want to buy it yourself. And so,
Exactly.
yeah, as far as a buyer, we'd be way hard pressed to get a buyer.
No, so what I wanted to know was if I want to personally try to do this, how would I kind of, let's say, go about it if my dad says we would get the loan for 120 to remodel it? What would you suggest the terms be?
Yeah, I mean, this guy's so upside down, but he's got equity. So it's kind of a weird deal because I don't understand his loan still. Do you understand his loan after talking to him?
He just said his interest is 325 and that it's 3,700 a month. Something like that. I think it was like 3,750 a month. Which
And did you suggest at all that you would take over his mortgage?
like
a sub 2, just come in and take over the mortgage and be done with it.
So he said he had lowball offers that he wasn't willing to go for, which would kind of be a subject to type of an offer. But no, I have not brought that up specifically.
What were the lowball offers? Did he tell you how?
No. I think he's pretty chill. He'll tell me what they are.
Yeah. Your strategy here is to say, okay, I'm really having a rough time with this one because it needs another 120. I mean, that's one more negative a huge negative that comes into this. It was we were already feeling pretty negative about it to start with the fact that he had a really bad loan, but it's I know. Oh, it's so weird. JJ, I don't know what you found here.
It's someone that I don't think it's just throwing it off that he had it on Zillow for $3,000. That just made absolutely no sense. And maybe he may not even realize it's on Zillow.
Gotcha. Do we have an idea what the rents in the area are?
Yeah, like from what I checked, the same type of homes are going for around 6,000, maybe more if it was Airbnb, just because of the location. But like if you're going to like retail leasing, yeah, like 6,000.
Okay. And what's in the area when you're looking at an Airbnb situation? Always the numbers sound really, really good, but we got to know what's in the area. I mean, is there a amusement park? Is there a reason people want to come here?
No, it's in a neighborhood.
It's just a neighborhood, but I mean, what's anything close by? Like any convention center, anything that?
Yeah, the mall. There's a mall. There's a.
I need more than that. It's got to be something that you would want to come to and then stay there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, this is like in the heart of within the first loop of Houston.
AirDNA will give you the metrics that you need for what you're asking for right now. So you can go check it out. It's free for what you need. I mean, for a detailed report,
What's it
it
called?
costs AirDNA.
Oh, okay, I've heard of that.
Yeah,
Let me go on it right now.
that'll tell you, and you can actually plug your address in of the place, and it'll tell you exactly how much you're expected to be
Generate.
rented, like occupancy rate, and what you can expect to make from it. So it gives you a little bit of a roundabout idea. If you bring me
Okay,
those,
I'm literally doing that. It's loading.
yeah.
I had to create an account. Damn.
Okay, JJ. So here's where we're at. I think, I mean, even at taking over his loan, just
It
to
still
substitute
makes no
down,
sense, right?
it still doesn't make sense. And so I don't know where you're at on this one, but it's really interesting, and it's something that, since you've got a good rapport going with this guy, it's really important to keep that going and just be like, hey, you know, I'm new to this, and you can even play that card, and it's something that I want to live in. Can you tell me how to make this make sense to my loan?
Okay, I got the numbers. Yeah, it was exactly what I said from the AirDNA. Projected revenue was 86,000 a year, which time divided by 12 is 6.8.
Okay, so that's our best bet.
That's the best bet, correct?
Again, Airbnb is a tough situation. I would love to get an expert with Airbnb into the Discord at some point. What the heck?
If it doesn't work out, of course, the numbers. So what do you want firm though? What he owes and what he pays, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so what I have for sure firm is the interest rate, but I will get you for sure what he owes and what he pays.
Okay, what's up, Shane?
I have quite a few Airbnbs in Canada. So Airbnbs used to be my thing. I think an easy rule of thumb is just 50% rule. So 50% of your gross is going to be profit. Closer to 40 sometimes, depending on your cleaning fees and stuff like that. But if you're saying that it's grossing 86, you know, I'd say you probably could bank on 40 to be safe.
Gotcha.
And
So
I mean, how do you figure out, like, in the area, what's close by enough that people would want to come here? You know what I mean? I just don't see anything. I'm looking at the map and I'm not seeing anything desirable.
It's funny because so for example, I'm doing a deal on a place just outside of Chattanooga right now, and it's 95% occupancy in it, and he's got the rent rolls and he's got the receipts to prove it. It's a 10-bedroom house, and he rents out each bedroom individually, and he books solid, and it's in the middle of nowhere. So it's hard to say. It really depends. But I mean, AirDNA, and there's another one. I'll have to get the name for you guys, but it's pretty accurate, you know, and you can pretty much bank on that. Pretty much bank on that because
because on AirDNA it says the stuff average daily rate is 572, 440.
So I mean, the numbers look good. You just got to take into consideration what your operating costs are, because with Airbnb, that is what kills you. So
no, I got you. Yeah, it's the operating cost. It's just like in any business. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and try to get the firm what he owes and what he pays, to kind of get a better rate and all that stuff.
And I mean, even your best offer is taking over his mortgage, but also now you're 120,000.
120K. That if you want to do that, might as well try to find something that I don't got to put in 120K.
Exactly. So it's an interesting. I mean, keep in contact with this guy because there's something weird going on, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah, maybe hopefully he'll definitely he doesn't go to foreclose, but if he's about to go to pre-foreclosure, I can try to scoop in and be the savior. I'll do the Anson Trojan horse.
Yeah, it's.
But all right, sounds good. I'll just keep on looking. No worries. You know, it's a numbers game, so I ain't tripping.
Okay. Thank you. Hey, should we start a GoFundMe for Shane so he can get a desk? He's just on his lap and his little computer jiggles around every time he laughs. I like that. Okay. All right, JJ, take it easy. Thanks.
Talk to you later.
Okay, bro. See ya.
Hi, Trent. Sorry, real quick before I head off.
You're leaving.
Yeah,
You're
I'm leaving.
Out of town. Okay, what's going on?
Everything's fine. Any hits overnight?
Nothing overnight. Nope.
Okay.
So more than likely we're going to cancel. So
I kind of feel like I should cancel because it's my first one and like doing it. Do I just text the group chat? And
yeah, just do it too, and tell Yvonne you want to cancel it, and then we'll get the ball rolling. We'll get it canceled.
Yeah,
sorry.
I just feel like
Have fun though.
That's okay. It was the first one's probably going to cancel anyways. That's all right. I'm done. So thank you.
All right, good attitude. I love it.
All right, talk to you next week.
Okay, buddy. Have fun. Be careful. Wear a helmet.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, see ya. YG, what's going on? You're on mute.
Yeah.
You sound way better on mute, but that's just my opinion.
Thanks, Trent. Morning, everyone.
How are you?
Good. So I have a dilemma. I'm not sure how to go about it.
Okay.
So I called a real estate agent about a house. She's like, oh, they don't speak English, and my contact with them is very limited. I'm like, okay, no problem. She's like, she just gave me her number. So I had a friend that speaks Spanish and called her and whatnot. I gave her a seller finance deal that was like, hey, I can give you your number. Like, you know, I told her like the comps, what you're asking for, blah, 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 is not at the number where you want. But I gave her a seller finance deal. So I gave her a seller finance deal. She's like, yeah, 100%, I'll take that. Like, that's no problem with me. 6 years, whatever. I said, okay, cool.
Really?
So I called the agent. Like, I was on the phone with my friend for like 20, 30 minutes with them, like really explaining the situation. I called the real estate agent and she's like, oh, they don't have papers or they don't have documentation to get a loan. So is there any way to go about that or no?
You know, this day and age,
yeah,
with what Trump's doing, I would be really careful with that situation because, I mean, it can go one of two ways, right? It could be advantageous too, because if they don't have documents, they're here illegally.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. That's
because like they 100% agreed on the deal verbally. Like I spoke to them, they're like, yeah, that's like the best deal we got. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like she sent me pictures and whatnot, but I just don't know how to help her. Like the agent was like, I don't know if the agent was being a, you know, like I don't know if she was just being a B word just to like say, no, we're not doing that seller finance thing. Like she wants a cash deal to get a bigger, I don't know what it is, but
yeah, it shouldn't matter to her because it's selling. A sell is a sell, so they would have to pay.
Sorry. So when I got back on the call with her and I told her, hey, this is the deal that we agreed on, she kind of switched up on me. And I don't know if that was like BS on her part or like what it was. And I just don't know if that is true. How do I help that seller anyways? Like I'm not.
Wow. YG, you guys are bringing really tough deals this morning. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know where we're at with somebody. So they own it though, right? They've got title.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So like if they have
whether
it,
they're illegal or not, shouldn't matter. I don't think.
I'm in New York, and I know that you could get a personal loan here, even with certain stuff. Like I know I forgot what it was called, but I don't know in other states that are not like those safe havens for immigrants.
Yeah, you got me on this one. So what is the deal? What's the cash flow?
Let's see right here. What does this say?
That's really interesting. Anybody in the chat that has anybody dealt with illegals owning a house?
So on the lower end of the lower rent, like I put the bottom dollar rent because I told her I was like, hey, like this is what we're gonna do. It's 23%.
Okay. And they've kind of agreed to that already.
She was telling me on the phone, she's like 110%. This is the deal. Like, well, that's like I heard her and she sounded excited in her language. So even when my boy relayed the message to me, she's like, yeah, like I want to do that.
Okay, and you're talking right to the seller or the realtor?
So the realtor has a bad communication with the seller. So that's why the realtor gave me the number to the seller. So the seller is like, yes. And I don't know if that's like bad etiquette.
Yeah, perfectly.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's bad etiquette to tell her, hey, like, just sign without the realtor at this point. But like,
Well, I mean, if they've already signed up with the realtor, they're under contract with that realtor, so that can't change. But, golly, the being illegal is huge because I don't know if they can do anything.
I mean, I don't know if this makes any sense, but like on here, let me pull up that home. It says her name on the home, so how would that? I feel like the real estate agent is BSing, right? Because like, how would you put a entity in your name then? No,
It's possible. I mean, nobody's checking immigration papers when you're buying a house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not something that. But I mean, they might be. They might be. Shane's illegal in Mexico right now, so because he's a Canadian, and that's great to know. Great, you just outed yourself. Because he's a Canadian in Mexico.
My wife was illegal for a whole year right now. We just got her papers, so.
Okay. Well, now that's the other thing. Are they in process at all? Maybe they are.
Yeah. So I mean, so the thing is though, is that the issue at hand is that the real estate agent is saying, "Hey, I'm gonna put her into another house with this sale." So like, if I think she's kind of like the hurdle that I have to go over. It's like, hey, even if they agree to the contract, this agent is gonna probably be like a douche about it and just not help her get a new home.
Sure.
Like,
no, absolutely.
Again, and be like, hey, like, could you get a loan? Like, would this work with a loan? Like, I just don't know how to go about that, honestly.
Yeah, because I mean, and even in the chat, they're saying there's a motivation. The fact that they're, that they're illegal, maybe that this deal is faster. Okay, so the numbers. What's it rent for?
On the lower end, it's $975.
$975. And what's the purchase price?
Purchase price is $125.
And you agreed on what with them?
So purchase price $125, down payment $17,000, 6-year balloon, monthly payments $300.
Okay, and then
buyer's entry fee is with closing is at 15%, which is high, but the cash on cash is 23%.
23%.
Okay, and that's on the lower end of the rent. Like I put it on the bottom. Like I put the least amount I've seen.
Okay, send me that address too. Let's have Shane run it real quick and just double check.
All right, got you.
Your numbers, make sure.
The you need to talk. Yeah,
that realtor.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, the realtor's not very helpful.
Yeah,
and so that is your hurdle right now. Let's.
I'm gonna send you this address, Shane.
Cool.
The pictures are updated. When I spoke to them, they're like, "Oh yeah, there was the only thing that wasn't updated was the front of the house, but the bathroom is there was like some paint if you see it on the back end and like the mirror is out, but they said they fixed it and there's no paint peeling at all in there anymore."
Okay, did you send it to me too, YG?
Yeah, I can send it to you.
Yeah, let me take a look too. Wow, what a great! This is when we're talking creative. This is very creative. I'm almost kind of saying, don't worry about the fact they're illegal.
But that's in my head. I'm like, hey, they could go get a loan anywhere, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they could do a hard money loan somewhere else too, if that's the issue. And I know hard money, like the high end is 10, but I know they could.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if it really even matters in for you. You know what I mean? What they've got to do next. The other thing in these situations is ask them where they want to live, and let's try to find them a seller finance deal that they can move into. Then they don't have to qualify for anything. Okay. They can just move into. You know what I'm saying?
So like do like a switcheroo kind of thing with them.
Do a what?
Like a switcheroo, like, hey, like, don't worry, I'll find you a deal. This is like
I think that's the official term for it, a switcheroo.
That's on the papers, a switcheroo, signed switcheroo.
Yeah. Mr. Switcheroo to Mrs. Switcheroo. Yeah, so because I like it. I mean, I think it's sellable. Shane's going to give us a little bit more of a feeling too here. He's kind of our guru now. But 23% is sellable for sure. So what do you think, Shane?
I just put it up in the chat. It looks okay. Give me a sec here. Let me go through it. So, your monthly rent's estimated at $1,200. Is the listing price 110? Is that what they? I believe that's what I pulled off of Zillow. So, okay.
Yeah.
Estimated operating expenses is close to 7,200 on this one. Your NOI is about 7,200 on this one. So your cap rate's at 6.5, which is not the greatest, but it's
Nope.
it's okay. Your down payment if you did it at 22%, your with closing costs, everything like that, your total initial entry fee would be about 25K, which puts your cash on cash at about 6.19%, which is a little bit lower than I think we like to see. We try to keep it around 10%. After all said and done, your annual cash flow is only $1,548 per year. So we got it rated about a 6 out of 10. So it's not a great investment, but it's not the worst investment.
Right. And if you can get that, if you can get that down payment down, because you've got it at 17 right now. I know you ran it at 22. If you can get the down payment down
at 17 with the monthlies at so on a 30 year. So so it's
how long is the balloon?
6 years.
It is only 6. Okay. So I mean, these are your numbers that you've given them, or this is, I mean, have you talked to them about these numbers yet? These are the ones they agreed to.
Yeah. So when I spoke to them initially, I told them 15,000, and I was like, hey, listen, the most I could do is 17 because I don't know what else I need to fix up. Like, you said the bathroom's updated. Like, this is what I could do. And I initially said 8, and they're like, no. I said 6, and like, okay, 6 is fine. Like, I just need a house though. So it was like a little back and forth. I was on the phone with them for like 20, 30 minutes. But then when I seen that it cash flowed, because Shane has as what was this? The rent at 1,400 or 1,200, and I put it at, I put the cash at 975. The rent, sorry, at 975.
Oh, for the rent?
Yeah.
I just don't think this is a great deal. I mean, it's again, when we're selling things, it's got to be something that the buyers are super excited about. This is very, I mean, I know you're getting the 23% on your numbers, but you're putting a lot into, so we're well over the 7 to 10% in, a down payment for this. So I don't love this one. I really don't.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. I just wanted to see, because I know there may be, like, Shane ran his numbers differently than the calculator ran it. So like, I know I'd rather see what you guys see instead of like, hey, just me doing the numbers on my own. So
absolutely. And we're super picky. So
yeah.
And the only reason
I want to hear that too. So like, I know, like, hey, like it's just something that you could go into after.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I feel like I'm always crushing dreams. But I really, we've gone through enough, like trying to get buyers to buy things. They're fickle and they're tough. And so we really need to give them things that are shiny and pretty and that they love. So I would go.
Like, I know if it was more clean, it probably would have been a better, I guess, deal. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's just, I mean, I'm just thinking if we go back and we get a 7% down payment and we're, if we got to get a deeper discount. It's just not there.
So
I'd like 7 or 8 years balloon too.
Okay, so just so like I kind of want to understand this too. So I baked in 13% on top of the listed price. Should I bake in more and lower the down payment, or is that something that's like, wait, didn't want to pay that high for it? I mean,
well, when seller finance, that the price that you offer them kind of doesn't matter when you start messing with your other numbers. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So it's because you offered how much over what they were asking?
So I gave them $15,000 more than they're listing. So that's 13% more.
Gotcha. And so that's the only reason we do that is to incentivize them to take a set of payments. Okay.
Mhm.
That's the bottom line. I mean, it's something that over, and if we have a long enough balloon, it kind of gets eaten up with everything else. So it almost doesn't matter. Especially if it's 0%. What is the, what did you say? 0% with them or no?
Interest rate?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no interest rate. It's
Yeah.
zero. So it's
And so-
just the $15K additional on top of the purchase price, and then no interest rate.
Right. And so overall, I mean, so to make this one work, I think you just need to drop that down payment. Shane, what else are you seeing? You're on mute, buddy. I'm sure what you said was genius.
So the comps, I mean, the comps aren't very good in the area. They're pretty low. So, unless there's a huge value add or a way that you can, like Trent said, get the initial and down payment in to be lower, it doesn't look very promising, I guess.
Just hard to sell because I mean, with 89,000, 32,000, and 57,000.
Yeah.
Like in your
question. I have another comp, but was this a wrong? So your comps go through year built and then square footage as well. Is that how your comps are getting pulled?
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's 10 years either way, and then 250 square feet either up or down, and then within 1 kilometer is where it starts. But then if it can't find a comp in 1 kilometer, it goes to 2, then to 3, and so on until we can fill the 5 comps. So, I mean, it lets you know these are all within the 1 routes. It would give you a little tick and tell you how much beside it, how far out it goes. But since it doesn't give you one, these are all within the 1 kilometer, so, or 1 mile.
Okay. Cool. No, I just want to know, because I've seen 125 as a fix and flip, but I guess it didn't hit one of those criteria that I guess your software is looking for. So that's probably why it didn't.
More or less, yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, fix and flips are difficult too, because are they valuing it at the ARV, or are they valuing it at the actual price? So these are ones. Are you looking on sold, or are you looking on?
So I'm looking on PropStream, and then I just seen the ones in like a mile. So I think this is half a mile radius.
Okay.
Right now, let me see. And I put another one in. Yeah, I think it was like a 135 and then a 125.
So I mean,
like the high point.
I'm not pulling from PropStream. All this info comes from Zillow and Realtor and Redfin, I believe it is. So PropStream does have some pretty accurate stuff. I'm not sure. I can't say to that, but yeah.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying I might have not like added the years. I have to like check if the years weren't the same, or like one of those criteria that you were looking at, that how you pulled the comps. I probably missed one of those criteria then.
Well, in PropStream, PropStream's pretty notoriously high on their comps, and so that's why we like to do our own.
Okay, cool. So I guess I'd just do more. I guess I'd work on that side more than looking at these deals then.
Yeah, but don't be afraid to to go back to them and say, hey, we ran all the numbers. We're super sorry. The fact that you're able to communicate with them is huge, and that the realtor can't.
Yeah.
So definitely at this point, you can be like, hey, tell me what's the deal with your realtor? How long have you been together? How long has it been on market?
Yeah. Because initially when I told them I seen their house, I was like, hey, relayed it. I was like, hey, like, who put this number for this house? Because I seen what they bought it for. I'm like, hey, who put $15,000.
How much?
15,000.
How many years ago?
This says mortgage transaction. I want to say 2020. So it was like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And then when I asked, I was like, hey, who put this price up? She's like, did you guys do it, or did they do it? Like I want to understand it. It's like, no, the realtor, she just put it up there. I'm like, I'm like, okay, so then the realtor is really just, I don't think, a big help here then.
No, and she's just trying to pump up her percentage.
Yeah, she's selling pipe dreams. Because like I was looking at it, I'm like, hey, like I want to buy a cash offer, but it's nowhere near that number.
Okay, yeah, you got to go back to him with some hard facts, and just say, you know, and say, hey, I put it through my team. We really want to help you. You guys are awesome. But here's our bottom line: go 7% down payment. The 300 monthly is fine if they're willing to do 300 monthly. That's fine.
Okay.
But the down payment was too high to sell. And get a longer balloon because I don't think they're going to care. So if you can get an 8-year balloon, that's the dream. And I think you're going to be way better off. Shane, anything you're seeing that I'm not? As far as that deal?
But he said no.
He loves to be on mute.
No worries, Shane. Appreciate it, man.
All right. Okay, buddy. Right, thanks, buddy. Always good to see you.
Same here, man. See you later.
Okay. All right, Trey, let's get to you before you crash. Hopefully you're the passenger. I can never tell when the camera's turned around. But
I got a race car driver for a driver.
You go. So what's up?
Well, first, how are you?
Well, good. I'm doing great. Except I got a ticket on the way home last night. So speaking of race car,
man, I was going to ask if you had a driver.
And I just my cousin sold me his Tesla Plaid.
Oh my goodness!
And that's a big mistake. And so I've got my mother-in-law in the back seat, and she's telling me, you know, you're going 117. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay, we'll slow it down. He pulled me over going 95, and he was put me. He only got me for 5 over, so he was being really nice to me. So it's basically a parking ticket in the end. So I'm okay. Everything's good. We didn't crash or die, and I stayed awake some of the way.
I shot you over a property in your DMs. I kind of followed with a breakdown. It's in Washington. It's a duplex. The list is 264, and there is a 2.7 fixed rate.
Okay, let me get that
for 200,000.
Okay.
I was hoping this could be a sub 2.
Okay, and what was the list price again?
List price was 264.
264. Okay.
So the two kickers is well, it has central heat. It does not have central air.
Okay.
And they need to walk. I think I can talk them to 35, but they need to walk with at least 35 to 40K.
Okay. And so you're thinking sub 2 from what you've talked to them about, and their reason for leaving?
Reason for leaving, it's believed that it made it sound like they were he was newly married and they are moving into a family home.
Okay, so they're just upgrading.
He's been renting out the bottom floor and he's been living in the top.
Gotcha. Okay, so the new wife is like, I'm not living like this. 2.7%, that's good. And a $900 payment each month.
Yes.
He's got 200 left on his, so he's got nothing really in equity.
Correct.
And what are you finding as comps? Did you check out comps?
No, sir, I did not check his comps.
Okay. So I mean, PropStream's saying 239 in the area, but we're not going to trust that. So yeah, you're right. He doesn't really have much money in this. Have you talked to him at all about taking over the loan?
Yes, sir. Then that was the only part that I needed assistance with is getting further in depth with him on how the trust would go.
Okay, cool. So the beauty here is he's motivated. Do they already have another home or no?
I don't believe so.
Okay, so that's always concerned. So when we take over their loan, it takes them a little while to be able to qualify for another loan.
Correct.
So that's one of the downsides of what we're doing. Sorry. So in this kind of a situation, I go for, I've got nothing for you. And I talk to the realtor and I say, well, he doesn't really have much in equity. So you check with the realtor and see if they'll take a lower percentage, like a grand.
So in Washington, what I went through is it's MLS for owners. So it was kind of weird. They had it listed on a website, and
Okay.
you went through their website to go find the property. But I talked directly to the seller.
Oh, good. So there's no realtor.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
But there's a fee. There's probably a fee in there for him somewhere. So
Right.
let's ask him what the fee is, just so we know. More than likely, that's something we might cover, depending on, what we think. But my dream would be come in here and go zero.
You're breaking up on me, Trent.
Yep, I just got out of it. There we go. Should be better now. Okay, so do you see his numbers there, Trey? Are you driving? You're a passenger, or are you driving?
Passenger.
Thank you. Okay, just making double sure, because if your camera's flipped, you're driving. So overall, let's look at the your comps are on your side. Shane, they're that much higher, the 685 and the 4.
Yeah, that's what it's saying. I mean,
okay.
Look at the the square footage, everything like that. Like it's they're pretty much bang on.
Yeah.
Like they all match up. They're all within the same year. They all have the same kind of structure. I mean,
So it's $2,500 a month.
The one's a little bit out there, and then the one didn't have the specified square footage. So I would say the first one's probably the most accurate. I'd go take another look on these Madison and 5920. I can run some new comps and see if it give me something else. Give me a sec.
Okay. I want to do run some fucking comps.
Yeah. So I mean, hey Bashir, can you turn off your mic? Sorry about that.
Oh, I didn't know. My apologies.
You're just being all sexy there while we're. Hey baby, what's up, baby? Okay, so yeah, the strategy here is for sure taking over the loan, right? Are we on the same page, Trey? So you're just concerned with explaining the trust to him?
Yes.
Okay. Have you explained it to anybody before?
A rough over. It's I guess the description. Yeah.
Well, let's do like a super quick role play. If you were going to explain it to me, how would you go about it? Tell me, and we'll figure.
Yeah. So trust. We'd come in, and the property would go into a trust. So how that would work would the property be put into a trust, and we would buy that trust off of you.
Trey, you've said a lot of words, and you really said nothing. So far you said, so we're going to do a trust, and a trust is trust. The trust is, well, then we'd put it into a trust. And so, okay, so what you want to tell them is we're going to put the property into a trust. It's going to be 90% owned by us, that trust, and 10% owned by you. And the reason that you're owning that the seller is owning 10% is their job is to bring the loan into the trust. because their name's on the loan. Their name will stay on the loan, but the trust will now own the home. And so when they're going out to find another loan, we have to be honest with them and say, it's going to be on your people are going to see that you have another property. But after 6 to 12 months of us consistently paying that, it'll drop off of your credit report. And so that's why we want to make sure they know that it's a super important part. But if they're already good and qualified for another loan, or if they're, into another house, it shouldn't matter to them.
Right.
Okay. So it's really that simple. We will put it into a trust. The title will be in the name of the trust, and they'll own 10% of that trust. They'll have no responsibilities at all. There's no liability. There's no insurance. There's no payments that they have to make. And that's very clear within the text of the trust. I mean, everything that you see in the trust will explain that to them.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So just to go back, the 35 to 40K down, that's like a 20 to 23% entry for a buyer. Is that
right? So we
doable?
don't want to put anything down, though. We're starting with nothing down. We're just taking over the loan.
Right.
So what you're giving them more than the equity they have in this place. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So the actual equity, and I like to say, they they have a $220,000 loan that originated at 220. The balance is 200. In my world,
right.
That's 20,000 they have in equity. And I'd like to not pay attention to that and tell them, hey, that's not a ton of equity. We're going to have to worry about any kind of rehab costs, anything else that's going to get eaten up really quick. And that's why we're coming in and offering zero. Like just saying, hey, we'll take this burden off your hands. You'll no longer have to pay $900 a month on that loan. We'll take it over. We'll take care of it.
Okay. So if they don't go for that, is there a counter there to be had, or would it not be a deal if we had to bring money to the table if they're wanting 30 to 40K in their pockets?
Right. If they're 130 to 40, that's not going to happen for sure.
Okay.
That's not a deal. 5, like, hey, I could get you some walking money. I could probably do 5K, because you're looking at that $20,000 in equity, in real equity, not what is the place worth equity, because people would be like, oh, my place is worth 300,000. It's like, well, no. What we can see is that you've paid it down. You paid down your loan about 20 grand. The 2.7% interest rate is very appealing, and that's very sellable. But we don't want to overpay for it. And buyers are going to love the fact that there's $15,000 in equity in their deal when they walk into it. And so that makes it very sellable.
Okay.
So that's why I like going zero, and just and don't say the word zero. I'm telling you that. Don't say you get nothing. It's more of a, hey, I want to take over that burden for you. I want to get rid of that $900 a month payment. I can step into that and take the responsibility of your $900 a month payment. No longer will you be burdened with that. You know what I'm saying? Yes,
sir. So tell me this. In the area, I asked him. He also has. He's an investor as well. He has more properties in the area, and they have no trouble renting. And this place is a cash on cash return in between 20 and 25%.
Awesome.
Does that bring value to the fact if we had to put money down?
Absolutely. Definitely. My whole point here is we want to start low.
Correct.
We don't want to start at the 40,000. Like, hey, I'll give you 40 grand. You know what I'm saying? Because 40 grand is the deal, no matter how low the interest rate is. If he's an investor, he's going to know what's going on. But I thought you were saying that they're like a newly married couple that's moving out. So they might be a little bit more savvy than a newly married couple that's just trying to get going.
Right. Yes, sir.
And all those things matter. I mean, that's why we build the rapport with them. That's why we try to figure out exactly where they're at, because we want to know what their pain threshold is. and theirs might not be. I don't see any linked properties attached to him.
Okay.
That doesn't mean that he doesn't have any.
Right.
But just on PropStream, I always look for that, and so I don't see any linked properties. So that's kind of where I'm at. I mean, and work it slow. I mean, there's no reason to throw that out to him and say, hey, I know this is one of the best things I can do for you, because we're not sure about the rehab costs yet, so we need to see. Do you have good pictures of it?
No, I mean, no, not outside of the Zillow listing, no, sir.
Okay, and so that's the other part. Like, let them do a little bit of work, like proving to you that this is a home that doesn't need any kind of rehab.
Yes, sir.
But everything, yeah. So I mean, do you get that whole garage too? That's all part of it. Am I looking at the right one? Spokane?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Oh, because there's a lot of pictures on Zillow.
I have a rehab plan for him. If you want, I can send it to you.
Yes, please.
Yep.
You're a genius, Shane.
No problem.
Even if you don't have a desk.
I know. One of these days.
Someday you'll. Yeah. Did they have wood in Mexico or no?
No, everything's made out of cement, really. And I'm not. It really is. So.
It's all Adobe.
Wood rots. Yeah.
Yeah. So the rehab costs. I mean, you can kind of. It looks like I mean, as an investor, I think he fixed this, because he did kind of a lipstick renovation on it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're seeing, Trey?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
So we can beat him up on that because he knows that, and so we can be like, yeah, to get a rental ready and get it, up to snuff, we've got the bathroom needs to be updated, the kitchen needs to be updated.
Okay. Yes, sir. We can do that.
Yeah. So I think.
Hey, Trent, sorry, Trey, I just sent it to you in your thing, because it still has the address on it. I'm not sure if you want to share that or not. So it's in your inbox.
Gotcha. Thank you.
No problem.
Hey, let us know what happens. I mean, you've got potential here. We just need to make sure it's super low so somebody wants to buy it.
Will do.
Again, if you're buying it, it's a whole different deal.
Right.
But we got to sell it now. So we need to shine it up and make it look pretty.
Yes, sir. I appreciate your time. Second question is, I sent this property into your team.
Hello?
No, that was. Hey, turn off your mic, Karate Kid. And
Since I sent this property into your team. They said it would be around 24 hours to hear back from them. How would that go if this property didn't work out? Like, when I get confirmation that, I know at the end of the form it was submitted as your signing contract going into 50-50 with Trent.
Yeah.
How would that? Is there any kind of cancellation with that, or?
No worries. Yeah, no, don't worry about any of that. I mean, that's you don't have the deal under contract yet, so you're way ahead of that, so you're fine.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, no pressure on my end for sure.
Absolutely. All right, thank you so much, Trent.
Okay, bro, take it easy.
Yes, sir. You too. Bye bye.
Okay, Shane, how you feeling?
I'm tired.
I'm exhausted, but you were up as late as I was.
Yeah. I think I called it quit at 6:00 this morning when I.
Oh, cool. That's right when I sat down for 2 seconds and passed out. So that's great.
Yeah, and kids were up an hour and a half later, and then
that's why you don't have kids. No reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Jaime, what's up?
What's up, Trent? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. So I want to run a deal by you, and then it's the margins are small, but they're asking 270.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna cut you off right there.
Yep.
You already know the margins are small. Who are you gonna sell this to?
No, I'm gonna keep it.
Okay, there we go.
I'm buying it for me. Sorry.
I won't beat you up then.
It's 270. I'm taking over the mortgage. I'm taking over the mortgage at 240 at at 3.75 for 27 years that are left.
Okay. How much?
No balloon. 17.5.
You're giving him 17.5?
17,500 down payment just comes out like to 7%.
Okay, and if you're taking over their mortgage, there is no balloon because you're just taking over the mortgage, so you'll be paying that till it's paid off.
Yes, basically at 375. I thought it was beautiful, but so the pity is 1404.
Okay.
The rent is about 17.
Yeesh.
Another area, right? So it makes sense if from a tax purposes.
Yeah.
For the depreciation, obviously, and then the house is move-in ready, granite countertops, central air. It needs a little bit of landscaping, but other than that, beautiful house. So I'm even getting it under market value. He just wants to get out and get rid of it. But the profit, I'm clearing about 380 a month.
Yeah.
Here's the question: is when you take over a mortgage like this, I don't get the tax write-off from the interest payments, right? It's the seller does.
The trust. You own the trust.
Oh, so we're going to put it in the trust, and then
you
after 12 months,
trust. And so so you'll get the tax benefit.
I'll get the tax benefit, but it doesn't come off their It doesn't come off their mortgage, and actually, it's a company that's selling it. They bought like 30 houses. This was one of them, and they're just dumping it and just pay us, to take over the mortgage.
Yeah, so you'll be fine because the company, if they've got a ton of properties, they're not looking to get another mortgage, and so it being on their, for them it doesn't really matter because they're already into other properties. They've got plenty of money.
Yep, they got plenty of money. They just want the 17.5. I take over them. The monthly mortgage is, the spread is not huge, but the house doesn't need anything. And my thought was, man, why can't I just sell it to somebody else and make?
Okay, now selling it to somebody else, that's a different story.
No, sell it to an owner occupied. If I find, I got people here that will buy it. They'll pay me, say, $1,800. Give me 20 or 25. And that way I don't have to worry about repairs and then, keep them there forever.
No, if you're holding on to it, it's a whole different ball of wax when you're holding on to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because my thought was between the appreciation, if I can get the tax benefit, the write-offs on the interest payments, right? And the appreciation, obviously the house is in a great neighborhood. If I can get appreciation, depreciation, and the interest payment write-off, then it's definitely worth it. Because the ROI on that would be on the 17 would be like 24%. So
no, and that's great if it's yours. That's the big difference. That would not be sellable, but if it's for you, then you're good to go.
Right. So the way to get the interest payment benefit would be to put it in a trust.
Yep. And you own the trust. You own 90% of the trust.
And that's only for a year. After a year, I'll own 100% of it.
No. So the year that's when we're talking about if somebody wants to get another loan to come off their record. It takes about a year. But what happens is the next person that's going to lend them money wants to see that there's been a year of payments made, and so they want a track record. They can say, okay, you're saying that it's in this trust and that somebody's paying this, but it's in your name, so that we're gonna knock you on that unless you can explain it. And so once you can explain it, then the lender, the new lender, that's underwriting the new loan for them is gonna be like, okay, it's been going on for a year, so we got a good track record that those payments have been made and made on time, and so it's legit.
All right. So the solution to this is to open up a trust, put the house under the trust. The seller will own 10% of the trust.
Yep.
And
And their only reason for owning 10% is bringing in the loan. They have no responsibilities otherwise. Nothing at all.
Okay. And then that's it. It stays like that for the next 27.5 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. Sounds like a good deal then.
I mean, if you're doing it yourself, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm already got a tenant lined up for it. So,
you're in perfect position. That's great. And it's, you're not going to get rich off this one, but you start doing 40 or 50 of them, then, it adds up.
Yeah, and a 17K entry fee. Whatever, I don't know what a trust will cost to set up $1,000 to set up a trust.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, very helpful. All right, I'm gonna offer it to this guy and take over.
Okay, good job, Jaime.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Trent. Always helpful.
Okay, you bet. Take it easy.
Take care. Bye.
All right, later. Well, the Karate Kids are raising their hand. Do we help them or do we go to Trent because he's got my name? Oh, they're trying so hard. Trent, can we go to the Karate Kids? They're really having a rough time. Oh, he's on the phone. You're lucky. Karate Kids, go ahead.
Hey, how are you?
Good. What's happening?
Thank you for calling us up here. So,
you wouldn't let me not call you up. You're like raising your hand.
We're actually in school right now during lunch. We've been doing
I
this
love
a
that.
lot. Yeah, thank you, man. So, I mean, just learning this, the course has been so helpful. I just wanted to ask you a few questions because we got our first cash deal under contract.
So, do you want to see the property?
Yeah,
here it is.
Yes,
the property.
Okay, send it to me in the DMs. Just I don't want anybody taking your address.
All right, we have it under contract, but
you do have it under contract. Okay,
yeah,
great.
We have it. It's under contract, so I could just read it to you. Really, it's going on Zillow for 180. We got it under contract for 160.
Yeah.
So it's a cash deal. That's a little
20 grand is not a deal.
It's not.
Here's the bad news. Everybody puts their house up and they say, okay, my house that I think is worth 200,000. Oh, let's put it up for 240 and see what happens. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so we need a deeper discount for it to be sellable. Like if you guys were keeping it and you wanted to move into it, that's a different deal. But to sell that to somebody else, they're like, yeah, where's the discount?
Yeah.
So I'm a dream crusher. That's my job. It's I'm to make you feel bad about your deal.
Oh no. We don't. We just want to learn. So going into something, say we found the same house for 180. What would we offer? And you would be like, yes, we can make it work.
Like 140.
Okay. Does the one that you're looking at doesn't need any renovations?
Yes.
Yes. So it's a good amount of renovation.
So it's a weird.
Okay. How much in renovation? Think about it.
Like it's a weird situation because the house isn't done building
it's
yet.
Like half. It's a 2024, but it's like half built.
The roof was just built last week, but there's no HVAC or water heater. But the ARV around the area is like 650.
Okay.
It's going for 180.
Okay, I see the excitement. I get it. I understand. Send the address to both me and Shane real quick. Let's take a look at this.
How do you do that?
Just click on your name.
Yeah, just click on my face and send message and send the address. And what was the you got it wrapped up at 180, right? Or 160?
No, we got it for 160.
165 or 160. I thought we got it.
And where do you guys live? Accent wise, I'm going to say East Coast. Jersey?
We live in New Jersey.
I was going to say you can't have that accent. That's all. Whereabouts in Jersey?
Where? Monmouth County, Freehold.
Okay. Because I got a 15-year-old that's in Jersey too. How old are you guys?
16.
I love this. You guys are on fire. Are you looking for a teacher? Are you going to get in trouble? What's up?
No. This is our teacher over here. We eat lunch with her. She lets us do this in here.
Oh, that's a good teacher. I love her. That's awesome. Somebody who gets it. So
do you want us to send the address and what the list price is and then what we got it under contract for?
Yes, please. And send that to both me and to TK's cheat code Shane.
I like how she said it was good.
Yeah.
And then reneged on that.
Yeah,
I love your teacher. Tell her that she's amazing.
You're amazing,
You're
Miss
amazing.
Matthews.
Way to go, Miss Matthews. You're killing it.
I wish I had a teacher like that when I was in high school.
So the thing is,
Yeah.
we connected with a
worker from Buy Box Cartel.
what just happened?
It just sent it. You can
Okay. We
It's
got
so
connected
cute.
with a dispo agent from Buy Box Cartel last night.
Yeah.
Okay. Which
And
one?
her name was let me pull it. Her name was
Started with an M.
no, an A. Almira.
Okay, cool.
And so she told us last night that while the 20K was like a maybe, she said because of the circumstance with this property, she thought that she could put it up, and there was some excitement there.
Yeah.
She thought
Okay.
we might be able to get a good deal with this.
Okay.
And then out of nowhere, that was all we heard from last night. She said she was going to push it up, and she would text us. She said, yeah. And then out of nowhere this morning, she said that going forward, there's like a new directive from the boss that they have to automatically decline deals that aren't 30% lower than list price.
Okay. But
Is that true?
that's true on their side. But
Okay.
again, you guys changed my mind a little bit because we're like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, so it's half built. There's something going on. We got to figure out how much more it's going to cost to build it out.
Her calculations and ours.
Buy Box Cartel
chat.
said
Someone said these two are going to be millionaires. Buy Box Cartel said 69.
Yeah.
But we were like, that
can't be
that
right.
can't be right because that's not including the missing HVAC and the water heater. So we put those together and we were like, all right, 85. And then once we got on the phone with the dispo manager, that's what she said, 80.
Class is about to start.
Fine, we'll
You guys, I freaking love you guys. This is awesome.
Thank you.
No, you're doing great. What are your names?
I'm Chris, and this is Zen.
Yeah, I'm in the Discord as Zen, but I'm not on it right now.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, cool. You guys are killing it. This is great. Hey Shane, did you get all the information?
No, I haven't got the address yet.
Okay, send us the address and send it to both me and Shane. Okay.
Oh, Shane. Okay.
Yeah, Shane's TK cheat code, and then I'm Trent.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, send the Zillow link too.
How long have you been in the Discord?
A week.
Yeah, I've been
my
in
God.
longer, but I've sort of forgotten about it.
Okay, no, and I've got somebody for you to hook up with. Mikey is he's up the road. I can't remember what school he goes to, but it's he's like at the top of New Jersey. Where are you guys?
We're in Central.
Here, go to
Central.
tab
Okay,
25.
so he's northern New Jersey. But you guys are. And I low key love Mrs. Matthews.
We got it here in like 2 seconds.
25.
One slow. So.
What time's lunch over? Oh,
all right.
geez.
I'm
Like,
changing
what's
the
going on?
link as we address V. Lunch just ended.
Yeah. So the
Lunch just ended. Well, hurry. Let's go. Let's get this done.
All right. I get over to Shane.
Okay.
What class do you
Got
have
it. Thank you.
Okay, good. You
so
got it?
much, guys.
I got it. Give me a minute.
We is our class coming in here, Miss Matthews? Here, hold on.
Oh, they're
Here,
taking your test.
Yeah. Yo, stay up there. Take the AirPod. We'll connect our AirPods right up here.
Okay. Get her done. Time's of the essence. Yep. Is your lunchtime every day at this time?
Yeah, our lunch.
No.
It's just because we have a delayed opening because there was some snow.
Oh, that's right. Mikey had the same thing. He got a snow day. You guys got ripped off.
Oh my God, they got a snow day.
Yeah, I know. Kids are coming in here right now.
Oh my God. Okay. Hey, turn the camera around. I want to see everybody walking in. Oh, it's a lab. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, cool.
Yeah, this is a lab.
Okay.
This is environmental science.
Nice.
Gotcha. Okay.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We can stay in here, Zen, as long as we stay quiet on.
Okay, we'll stay quiet too. Let's get it done. Shane, you're under pressure now.
We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna get out of here and go to the classroom where we can. These are AirPods.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. You take that. Grab my bag.
Loving this.
My bag.
Okay,
All right, we got
go.
it. Let's go.
Lunch
Bags,
issues.
I'll catch you.
You are awesome. This is great. Okay, Shane,
Yo,
what do you think?
I think it looks like a good deal. Just sending the link right now.
Okay.
I'm on a Zoom call with a bunch of business guys right now.
Bunch of business guys. Good looking business guys. You forgot that part.
Marco?
Just put it in the chat. So we got
Yeah, all right. No, it's okay. All right. Period 7.
I mean, yeah. It looks like a good deal. I got the estimate for renovations only at 50.
Marco?
Total
Really?
entries at 91. Cash on
No,
cash.
I'm not
looks
on
like,
mute.
20%.
What's up,
No,
Bubba?
you're good. You guys stick
All right.
around.
So,
You're good.
what's up?
Okay, so
Where did Zen go?
this is
So,
such chaos. I love it.
Oh, they're frozen. Are you guys
No,
still
we're
there?
good. We see you. We see you. You're all good. We see you. Do you hear us?
Crap.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Yep, we
Yeah.
can hear you. We're with you.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Okay. I feel like
Okay.
you stole something and you're running away from police right now.
I'm just going around the halls right now.
Love it.
This is crazy.
It's so good, Shane.
I know. It's
Holy-
awesome.
What's the next step here? I sent it to Shane. He's going to look everything
Okay.
over.
I just put
so here's the good news, Chris. The good news is BuyBox turned it down, okay? The better news is you're 15 and I freaking love it. Or 16. You're 16? I don't want to make you younger than you are because that will send
he
them-
said 15.
He did say 15, right? Same as
Oh, he said
Mikey.
16.
Oh, 60.
16, yeah.
I'm 60 because I'm hard of hearing. Okay, tell me that. Go ahead and let's run the numbers real quick. So what do you see? So you think it's 50 in rehab?
Yeah, 50K is what I got estimated for rehab.
Which makes
20% down.
sense. I mean, if it's a new build.
Yeah, it makes it easier too because it's just on the studs that they got to do it. So
I did. Send me the address too when you have a second, or did you already put it in the chat?
I put it in the chat. I put the put it up in the chat. Yeah, so estimated monthly rent's 2,000, annual gross is 24, operating expenses 7,200, NOI is 1,680 or 16,800 for a cap rate of 933, which is just under 10%. I mean, it just meets it. If you do 20% down with closing costs and your estimated renovation, you're in there for 91,000 entry. Cash flowing about 16,800 a year. So I mean, it's decent. It's pretty good. Cash on cash is 18.38%.
But it's brand new. What state is it in?
Jersey, I believe, isn't it? No.
Is it in Jersey? They're in Jersey. I'm not sure.
The address so that I didn't give it to everybody else. Give me a sec. Let me look back at my.
No problem. You can just
Port Charlotte.
Port Charlotte?
Yeah. Where's that? Florida.
North Carolina?
No, Florida.
Oh, Florida. Okay. Sweet.
Florida, yeah.
These guys have a deal. This is great.
Yeah, no, I would say it's a deal.
Okay, make sure let's hit them back because once it's gone through BuyBox and BuyBox has turned it down, then it's okay for us to help and put it through. So
yeah, I'll reach out.
See. Yeah, so let them know because I think they were just in passing period.
Yeah, no worries. I'll message you.
Yeah, hang on to that one. Let's really make sure we follow up. Okay. What great kids. That's awesome.
Yeah, awesome. Okay. I love that.
H. Norman, I think you've been up for a while and ladies first, even though we've taken small children first and everything else. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. Thanks so much for calling me up. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it a lot. I just real quick, because I don't want to take up a lot of your time, but I just have a property. I sent it over to you yesterday. New to the wholesale side, not new to real estate. Been in real estate last eight years or so. But definitely this side of things is completely new to me. Just been here about a week. So if you will, I can send it over again if I need to. I don't know if
please
you got
do. Because yeah, I get a ton of
Okay, I
DMs.
just sent it over.
I'm super popular and people really like
Yeah,
me.
I can imagine.
Why'd you sound like my wife there? That's hilarious. Yeah, sure you are.
I did not mean that sarcastically.
Yeah, but yeah, you're awesome. Okay, got it. And then I'll send that to you, Shane, too. And what's the purchase price on this one?
The purchase price is $164,900. It's a single family home.
Okay.
And the rent comes out to about $1,400 a month. The agent told me that they had rented it, I guess, a while back for about $1,200 a month, but $1,400 should be about right for now.
Okay, so we're gonna say 1,200. We
Okay.
always take the lowest thing we've heard because we're pessimistic always.
Sure.
Because we want there to be more meat on the bone.
Yeah,
Surprising
and
us.
she said that he went in and did a whole lot of just rehab on it after
Okay.
he rented it. So that's why, and that too. And around there, everything goes for $1,400. But yeah, $1,200 is fine.
Okay.
He is open to hearing a seller finance offer. He's gotten seller financing offers, but they've lowballed him. He's gotten cash offers that have been lowballed, and he's just not interested in moving really from his price at all, is what she told me. So I was thinking going in at asking price for sure, just to start and see where we could start negotiations, and go up from there. So
I think I love you. That's excellent.
Yeah.
Good. That's you. That's
okay. So doing that, the roof is new, 2024. HVAC is new, 2024. Exterior siding, paint, flooring, all of that. So he did a lot of rehab in 2024.
Yeah.
On the
you
property.
know your stuff. That's awesome. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so finding out why he turned down the other ones, we know that they were lowball, but did he not like the terms? A real important point at this point is to find out what he wants.
Yeah, and I asked the realtor. I said, "What can you tell me? What is important to him?" And she said, "Well, obviously, price is important because everybody else has come in under, and he really wants his price." I said, "Okay, well, I can do that. That's not a problem." Price was important, and the what was it? Payment. The payment's important to him as well.
Okay, good. And what do you know what he needs per month? That would be a payment that he would like.
She would not tell me because she did not know.
Okay, cool. So you've got, you know where you're at. So I love guys that care about their price. So that's awesome because we both know it doesn't matter. So you could even come in at 170. Is that where you're at? The 164.9 is what he's asking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if you go $5,000 over, just enough to be to make him feel good that he won.
Incentivize it.
Super, super important. So that's great. As far as monthlies, Shane, do you have a suggested monthly yet?
Yeah. So it's suggesting it rents for $1,200 monthly. So if you're gonna come in, we're talking seller finance.
Yes, seller finance. Yeah.
So we're 25% usually of the rent. Is that what's coming up?
Yeah. It is. I'm just looking at it right now.
About 400.
I mean,
but again, I mean, we got to see what kind of down payment he wants, because if we can come in, so you know your numbers enough. I can already tell that you know where you can raise and lower stuff, and so if we're 0%, which we should be,
right? That's what I want to be.
And so it's a situation where we're not going to really tell him that we're 0%. He will at some point be like, well, what's the interest rate? You can jack up the purchase price and say, you know what, we're going to put that interest rate in the purchase price.
That was why I was thinking if I came in at asking price and then I could say I was going up to 170. So that way, hey, oh, you want interest. What if we added it to the asking price?
Absolutely.
But, I mean,
you're in a perfect situation. You're exactly where you want to be. And I'm really psyched that you're doing it the way you're doing it. So that's, you are doing everything right. I hate telling people that. I always want to crush.
I appreciate that because I listen to you. I'm on here all the time. I really am.
I'm so
glad. The down payment, if I go 10% on down payment, should I start lower or is 10%?
7%. Yeah, let's go 7% down payment because again, we don't know. And so we want to know as soon as we can know, and the only way we're going to get to know is by giving him a price. He's that guy. He's like, well, I want to hear your number first. I've been told you never give the number first. He's that kind of guy. We can already tell.
He is. Yeah, he is. He is.
And so, just throw out a 7%, down payment.
Okay.
Blame everything. Blame every single thing on your lender. Like, just play that game, even though he's going to be ultimately your lender. Blame it on him. Just be like, I've got a financial guy here, and he is just beating me up. And so, what happens when we blame it on the financial guy or somebody else? Then it's you and the seller against the financial guy.
I got
so
you.
You guys are teaming up. Okay, so it's kind of just a mental thing. So you're in a great situation, Shane. Let's. I like it. It's almost like we go to the tote board with Shane. What do you think?
So I'm just looking up right now. If we can get principal payment at 426, I mean, it only cash flows 294 net monthly, which is, not only, but your annual cash flow is 358, and that's at the 7% and 0% interest. So if you can't get the 0% interest with the 7% down, it quickly goes the other way. So that's going to be clutch, I think. It looks like your initial down payment is going to be about $11,543. And if you do that, you have strong cash on cash return. Cap rate's a little low, but I don't think that really matters in this case. It's not a big building, and you're putting such little into it. But yeah, if you can get the loan payments around $426 a month, with the 11,000 down, 11,500 down, you'll be positive $300 cash flow a month, which is a healthy return on what you're.
So the numbers you want to go in with are $400 a month. So you can bump it up a little bit if you want. Also a $10,000 down payment, because once we say 7% or 6% or whatever, a nice round figure makes more sense, and it helps us. So it'll help your numbers big time on the other side. But those are all your starting points, and just go up slowly. Don't. It seems like so many people in here are like, oh, I feel bad because the guy really needs more money. And it's like, no, you need more money. That's right. Like, so we're here to make a buck.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Okay, so 10K down, 400 a month. Start at the asking price of the 164,900, and then we'll go from there. Okay.
And play the game of the only way we get is the asking price is this, and this. And again, I talked to my financial guy. He's beating me up on even offering that much. Like, really build it up that you're just like you're going to the threshold, and that way you can slowly increase it when you need to.
Okay, perfect. I love that. And then I have a quick question. I've really been focusing because I'm trying to learn one area at a time and get really good at one area. So I've been focusing on seller finance. But I have built rapport with an agent here. I actually met with her for lunch and everything. And she's feeding me stuff like every day. She's like, Haley, what about this one? And so she sent me over property. And she's like, Haley, he'll go seller finance all day long. He would love for you to go seller finance. I looked it up. It's not paid for. And so I'm like, but I know there's another way. I just haven't focused on that way yet. So
no, but that's good. Like, find out, like, what does he owe? Is he close to what he has in equity, or
so he owes? So the house is listed at 269,900.
Okay.
He owes 81,000 on it.
Shoot, he's got too much equity. That's the problem. So that moves into the world of hybrids.
Okay, yeah, I figured it would be a hybrid.
But again, what's his motivation for selling? Is he hot to trot?
She didn't give me a whole lot other than he is desperate to get out of it. She said, Haley, he's desperate. He needs out. So he's willing to look at whatever. And so that's all I know.
Okay, so in that kind of situation, do we know what his loan is?
His current loan, I just pulled it up. I think it's like one. He owes right now 81,000. Oh no, what type of loan is that? What you're asking?
Yeah. What's the percentage rate?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't have.
So
I need to sign up for it.
Okay, send me want to send me that address in the chat. I mean, in the Discord. I mean, in the DMs. Sorry.
I'll send it to you right now.
I'm a little brain dead.
Just so you know, I updated your sheet that I gave you. It has all those terms that I talked about right on the bottom. So if you want reference, you can go back and check it out.
Oh, perfect. Oh, I see it there in the chat. Okay, I'll pull that. Thank you so
I just
much.
like when Shane says oat. You can check it out.
Oat.
I love that.
Oat.
What's up, guys?
Oh my gosh, they're back. Okay, hang on 2 seconds.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Is that okay? Thanks, Haley. Okay, guys, what's going on? You're on mute. You nitwit. There we go.
Yeah, we're back.
Okay, sweet.
This is our class behind
we
us.
got a whole team. What's up, team?
This is our whole class. Yeah, that's everyone. All right, so.
Okay, Shane has some good news for you.
Oh, Shane had good news? Good news?
Yeah, I sent you guys a message, so it looks like
perfect.
yeah, if you guys want to chat, after the live, let's get on a call and we can figure it out.
100%.
What time does school end for you guys?
2:06. Mags, keep the song on. Louder it.
Wait, are you drowning us out with a song?
No. They can't hear it.
What class are you in right now?
We are in a class called Design Tech. Yeah, it's like engineering, kind of. I don't know.
So cool these days. Like, school was never like that when I was in.
Yeah, we have a great teacher too.
You guys are on fire.
That's our teacher.
Going on. So another great teacher.
Yeah, that's another great teacher. Wait, so Steve, how do I find the message you sent me? Discord DMs.
Steve.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve. Oh, Shane or Steve?
Shane.
Oh, okay, perfect. All right, Shane. We get out of school at 2:06, but
works for me, man.
Okay, we're all gonna get together on a Discord. Okay.
Can we get on call together around? Could we get on call like 3:45? I have like a tutor after school. Okay, perfect.
Yep.
All right, I'll text. All right, I'll respond with my number. And Zen, what's your number?
Okay, so send all that to Shane and to me, so both of us, and we're gonna get on with you after. Oh, you guys went quiet on me. Then
no, I'm sorry.
That's
okay.
Right.
I'm sending it to you as well. Right.
Okay, sweet. So get back to school, get back to class, and we'll talk to you after you get out of school.
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you guys so much.
Okay, Chris, later.
Thank you for your time.
Later.
Absolutely. Okay, yeah. 15-year-olds in New Jersey are killing it. And that's the deal. So we'll show you more about that later on. Okay, Shane, we might even bring them in because I go live again at noon. So that might be.
It's noon here, man. I gotta go for lunch. It's 12:30 already.
Oh, you big crybaby.
What time is it where you are?
It's 9:36.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. So we're just getting going. Okay, back to Haley real quick. Did we wrap up with you, Haley? Are we good?
Yes, I just sent you over that property. I just DM'd it to you, the one that the guy is just really anxious to get out in any way he can. So
in Little Rock?
Yeah, in Little Rock. Yeah. So let me know what you think on that. I don't have to take up more of your time, but
no, you're fine. This is good because everybody's learning from everybody else. And so this is why all this is important. You've done an excellent job all around. I mean, just meeting with realtors, like getting that rapport going is huge. Mm-hmm. Where do you live? What state are you in?
I'm in Arkansas presently. I just moved from Texas, so I had a realtor's license in Colorado for a long time, 7 years, and then Texas a couple of years there. And I'm getting my license here. Should have it wrapped up hopefully by the beginning of next month. That's my goal.
How do you feel about being a realtor once you've heard about this way of doing things? Does it seem like this is a little bit more of the Wild West, or is it?
No, I'm just upset. I didn't know about it years ago, or I really didn't dig into it years ago. And I have to say, calling realtors on this end, I'm like, what is wrong with them? Why don't they answer their phone? Why don't they return phone calls? It's horrible. It's horrible. So
it is crazy, right?
All day
but do
long.
you feel like, I mean, financially, as a realtor, you're going to make more money, or doing this, you're going to make more money?
I've made a
What's
lot
your
of
honest-
money being a real estate agent. I'm dipping my toes in this, but I think that the potential of this is way bigger. I really do. I really think it's great. I think this is the way to go.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so cool. Okay, so I'm looking at 1211. Shane, did you get the address?
Yeah, I got the address. It's not coming up for me. I just gotta try to pull it a different way. Give me a sec.
Okay, cool. Okay, so and then I'm sorry, those kids got me confused. So yours was how much was this one?
The purchase price on this one's $269,900.
Oh, that's right. He has 81K.
Yeah,
Left on the loan.
81,708 is what he owes.
Okay, let me check out on PropStream what they say is going on. You don't have PropStream yet, right?
No, I need to get it.
No,
This looks like more seller finance.
we're not going to change it. Let's see here. So we can see what his loan is at. So 81, yeah, you nailed what that's all true. So that's good. Oh, he's at 7%. So, and he got it in August of last year. So for some reason he needed 160 grand. But he paid off a lot. So he's been making big payments because he paid it off, half of it off.
Oh, wow.
So that's what's so cool about this. The best part of this whole thing is we're detectives and we're trying to figure out, okay, what's going on? Like, okay, he needed a lot of money. He did something. Okay, he put back 80 grand pretty quickly in less than 6 months.
Yeah.
And so that's obviously it's a 7% loan. So it's something that he got quick. And so there's something we got to find his motivation. Yeah, buddy.
I don't have PropStream, so if you want to tell me what you think we'd go for down payment, I'll run the numbers for you quickly. I can't see on
Okay,
PropStream
that's what I'm trying to figure out because he owes yeah, I'll just put this in the chat real quick. Here's his loan. What else do you want to know besides that? Let's see. Sorry.
No worries. How much equity does he have? Does it give you a percentage there? Okay,
so as far as equity, it depends on the comps too.
Yeah.
But he's probably got 200,000. We can just generally say because he owes 81, and it's the estimated value is 272. He's asking 270.
I don't know. I'm thinking hybrid right off the bat, but
100%, not even a question.
Yeah.
But
let me see
what are the deal? What's our dream to make this work?
Well, let me see.
I love his motivation. The fact that he's this motivated, there's something going on because he's already cash hungry because he took out that loan. So something else is happening here.
Yes, and I'm not 100% sure of that. She just sent it over to me and she's like, check this out. You got to check this out. He's really motivated to sell anything. We'll do seller finance, whatever.
He owns 13 properties. Okay. So he's not hurting for money. He's got $800,000 in open loans. And his estimated value is 2.6 on his full portfolio. So finding out his motivation is going to be key because there's something going on where we can figure something out. Again, giving him a portion of the rent, he can be a landlord without being a landlord.
Yeah.
Might be what motivates him,
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we need to find out a little bit more about him. But let's see what Shane comes up.
Is that a monthly payment
you're
of 13,000? Is that his monthly payment? The 13,929, is that his payment?
Let me see. You know what? Hang on. I don't know why I clicked out of it. Monthly payment is 13 grand. Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, like that's how he's paying.
So it's a hard money loan, big time hard money loan. Whoa. So he's paying 13 grand a month.
I mean, I don't see much of a way of working this with what's coming in on the house. He's got to be making something somewhere else that he's paying it down with.
What he does, he has 13 properties.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that. Sorry.
Yeah. So that's crazy.
So are we looking at all 13 of them? Or are we looking at a portfolio? Or are we just looking at this one in general?
Just one.
Just this one right
Maybe.
now. Maybe.
Yeah.
I could dig
Who
into
knows,
it
right?
find out more, definitely.
Well, and you can also say, hey, I saw on public record that he owns a bunch of other things. You know, is he trying to? Because a lot of times what happens with these guys is they buy and they get all these, and then they're like, okay, I want to go commercial. And so they're like, I'm going to dump all my single families and I want to go commercial.
Yeah.
And so there might be, it's almost a little bit of an upgrade. So that might be what's motivating him is he's like, I got to get out of this one because I'm paying 13 grand a month. Yeah. You got an interesting one. So I think we just need a lot more information.
Yeah. I'll work on it. It was just it was one of those like, hey, it's not seller finance. I'm going to bypass on it because I'm focusing on seller finance.
Yeah, but the whole point, the education is everything. Like, let's get the education, even if there's not a deal. If you guys walk away from anything with an education, that's a win in my eyes. I mean, because there's so many different ways of doing everything. Shane, what were you saying? I cut you off.
It looks like you could probably do you could wrap the loan if he would go for it, but I don't know if your payments would work out. It says you can make payments to the seller instead of the bank, which is seller finance, but if you were to get it at a decent interest rate and the monthly payments lower than the 1362 that says here, I mean, it doesn't profit very much, but you're not negative.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it's going to be a sellable deal.
No, I don't think.
But there's an education here, so let's take it to the limit and go all the way, and just really find out and get an education.
Learn for learning.
No, there's so much value in that. I think that's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll dig around a little bit and see, definitely. But like, I have a list of seller finance calls that I am dying to make. So, definitely, I'm going to hit the ground running with that. But I appreciate this a lot. This has been super helpful.
Oh my gosh, you're terrific. So
I'm so ready to get my first deal under contract with wholesale. Like that's what I'm doing. So this is my goal. I'm hitting it hard. So that's
awesome. That's what we're here for. I mean, we want to help you get there. So, you're doing great though. Really, really good.
Thanks. And if I have some that I'm like, hey, I'm getting ready to submit an offer, will you look over numbers? Can I send them to Shane? Is that okay?
Absolutely. That's the whole point. What we're doing, we're going to do a quick advertisement. Shane and I've come together. Shane's brilliant. He's put together software that makes it quick and easy. And so what we've realized, and over the last 6 months since I've been going live, is students are awesome, but they just want to get the ball rolling. And so once I'm really focused on mindset, and so as a realtor, you already know how to play that game and get the rapport and take people to lunch, which is amazing. Yes. But the numbers are where everything gets kind of bogged down, and so a lot of times we're calling it a cheat code because it's kind of the answers in the back of the book, like you were when you were in school. It's one of those things where you're doing everything and you're like, I just want to see if I'm right. And so that's what we want to provide is a way that you can be like, okay, cool, I'm on the right track. In no way, shape, or form do we want people to rely on the cheat code all the time, because we want them to understand their numbers. But in the future, in the not so distant future, we're going to provide this to everybody. They can use it themselves. But we're still in beta testing. So we just wanted to see if there's any interest. And so, yeah.
Oh no, I think this is wonderful, and I'm so glad you're doing it. So on that note, is there like a quick formula? Is there anything that, like for me, if I look at the numbers, I want to know, hey, this is probably sellable. Of course, I go to Buy Box and I'm actually using the Skywatch calculator, and it says good deal. But are those numbers good? Or
okay, so that's the deal. Is those are the top level. That's your max offer. Anything Buy Box shows you, that's where you can't go above.
Okay.
You want to go below, though. So that's where they forget to tell you, like, hey, wait a minute. You want to go way below that. And so that's what we're trying to provide too with our with the cheat code, is we're saying, hey, start here. And it's usually 40% of the deal. You know, it's the whole thing is we're trying to sell this to buyers. And these buyers are inundated with deals.
Yeah.
So we got to stand out. We got to figure out a way to really be different and have a nice shiny treasure for them.
Right.
And so that's kind of our focus, and that's what we're trying to do.
Well, and I think having Shane, what that'll do for us as students is give us confidence, right? So we can send it over
100%.
and especially in the beginning. And then he can say, oh no, that's definitely great numbers. Or no, that's not right. Look at this, whatever. And then we have the confidence to do that. And once we've done that a little bit, then that helps us even more because we can kind of see what the numbers should look like. So
Nope, absolutely.
I appreciate
that's exactly why we're doing it, because I don't want people to go in there and start just relying on it like I'm just going to run my numbers. But if you have 10 or 15 properties that just fell in your lap and you want to get through them, that's a place to use it. We can help you there. But I want to make sure everybody's learning how to do it first.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that so much.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming on. Join us more often. We want to check in.
Oh, I will. Definitely.
Okay, Shane, what?
I threw all the investor formulas that we use up in the chat for people to be able to calculate numbers. If you have any questions or want to know how to use the formula, you can ask me. I can help you guys through it. But yeah, they're in the chat.
And my cheat too. My other cheat is if the rents are 1% of the purchase price, that's something to look at. Because then you know what I mean? And that's what I needed too. I was like, can somebody just tell me what to call on? Like, I just need to know something. And so the other thing I want everybody to start doing is figuring out percentages in their head and just simplifying it. Like, start with 10%, and you know that if it's $200,000, 10% is going to be $20,000. Like, and then go from there and just kind of, so you don't have to go to the calculator every single time. And again, that's why the cheat code is kind of there for you to go, okay, this is what I'm thinking in my head, and then look at the cheat code and be like, oh, okay, sweet. That is what we should be doing.
Well, that'll definitely help me get the ball rolling way more and way faster so I can get things done.
I love it.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
I appreciate
Great job.
it.
Excellent job. Okay,
Thank you,
buddy.
guys.
Take care. Okay, Trent. Sorry, I passed you over. Bashir was so ready. And now I'm going to Trent. Trent, you're on a phone call. Or he's doing his homework. One of the two. Okay. Trent, are you there?
I think he's on a call. He's talking.
Yeah, I think he's on a phone call. Whoever thinks they were next, just jump up. I think it might have been Bashir. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So what's going on, guys? Thank you for your patience and thank you for your help.
Absolutely.
So
it's hard to be patient with you, Bashir, just so you know. It's tough.
I'll work on making that easier for you.
Yeah, because you're kind of a nightmare.
Or should I just say deal with it? I'm not really sure. No, I'm just messing. So I'm underwriting a couple of different portfolios, and I have realtors sending me. One realtor sent me a rent roll. One realtor sent me a pro forma, and one realtor sent me something else I don't know the name of. Now I'm dissecting all of this information. Is the reason why I'm dissecting the information essentially to find out my numbers that I have to plug into the calculator to figure out what I can offer them on a deal?
Absolutely, that's part of it. But motivation is everything. So once we know what their motivation
is, from the phone call.
Okay.
So from most of the one portfolio I'm working on that's in Jacksonville, very motivated seller. My heart's kind of in this deal, and I actually would love to get your advice on this because this is something that you probably come across in your time doing this. So, reason why my heart's in this deal is because the seller is super motivated, and the realtor is a super awesome person in general. And from what I can tell, the seller is equally as awesome because they sound like they're two peas in a pod. And the seller has to increase rent rates for his tenants for, let's just say, a very long time, because 8 of the 9 tenants in his 9-home portfolio have been long-term tenants for, let's just say, a long time. So now 8 of those 9 units are currently under market value with rent, and the number's still cash flow. I know that once an investor steps in, they're going to want to raise them to near market, if not market rent rates. And I did the numbers. It's about $300,000 a year extra this guy's leaving on the table.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So there's value in renters being there that are happy to be there. Okay. And the value is you're saving first month's rent goes right to the management company. So for finding a tenant, you lose first month's rent, and then 10% from there. So we rarely figure in that first month's losing that first month's rent because the management companies are very clever. They're like, well, it's just really the deposit. And I'm like, well, yeah, but I want that deposit on the end when everything goes bad and we need to get money out of them. So that money we rarely even talk about. But so having renters in there is great, and especially if they're loyal. So it is one of those things that, I mean, whoever we sell it to is going to knock them all out of there, and they're going to, especially if it's $300,000. But that's what you're talking about is interesting to investors, and that's what the buyers want to see. So they want to see, okay, here's something that's been sitting for 10 years with renters in it, and they just don't, So if you know for sure there's $300,000 in upgrades that can happen without having to upgrade the units, like they're all livable, obviously, because people are in them. It's going to need some, but you're in a good spot.
I also wanted to add, since you mentioned that, thank you, by the way. The 9th unit is currently vacant. The tenant left a few months ago. The owner of the 9 units, they're all on the same street, by the way. This guy owns the whole block. The 9th unit is currently being renovated as we speak, bringing up the new standards and everything, because it's vacant, so there's nobody there. Right. That one has the potential to bring in the current market rent raise, obviously. With that being said, I just wanted to bring that in there.
Which is cool to a buyer because it's starting to let the other people know that things are changing. And so 2 things can happen. They can be like, well, we know we've been paying less than, but if you're going to come in and renovate my place, maybe I'll stay and pay the new rent. So it sounds like a really good situation. Did you already run all your numbers? What kind of, what's your strategy? Are you thinking seller finance?
Yeah, seller finance, because I'm going to obviously come up with a low ball cash offer, but I know that this type of seller, he's not needing the money right away. He's just really motivated to liquidate his properties and just move on to other ventures. So I was thinking seller.
Is there even a possibility that the rents that he's getting now, if they were to increase, that he could still get paid monthly what he's getting paid now and make it work?
The numbers run currently, Trent. They run right now. Like it cash flows currently under market value.
But do you know what I'm saying? Like if we were to pay him, let's say, he gets $3,000 a month.
That's what I ran my numbers
now. Okay.
I ran my numbers on 3 sets of numbers: low, medium, and high. High end, of course, we're not going to go around, but I just kind of wanted to see where my threshold was. Low was what I expect him to counter, and medium is where I kind of want to shake hands at.
Okay. Sweet. Bashir, come on. How long have you been in here? Not very long.
3 weeks, almost 4 weeks.
Yeah, you're killing it.
Sometime next week.
That's awesome.
But I thank you for that. I really just wanted to understand the purposes of why we dissect the information from rent rolls, pro formas, and everything else. Is that just so we can underwrite the deal numerically?
Absolutely. And if you want, send it to the cheat code, and Shane will run the rest of it for you. I'm
pretty great with numbers. Shane, I'm with you up there. I speak numbers wholeheartedly.
Okay, good.
But I will, if I want to, definitely double check with somebody.
Yeah, anytime. That's what we're there for. That's exactly what's going on. So that's perfect.
I will be.
You're awesome, as always.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for a couple more things in Chicago to fall through for us. I know, that's a little toughy topic, but they're off market, and we'll see how they go. So, but I'll keep you posted on these.
Do wholesaling, you know that, right?
What was that?
Illinois is a no-go state, like for wholesaling.
Yes, but I had a deal that was already in the works that was off market, so I just back out completely.
Yeah, no. If it's off market, you're okay, I think.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure because that's all. It's just off market.
I'm gonna do a deep dive on Illinois and see why
I'm
it's so
into it this weekend.
I'll send you guys. I just did the deep dive last time because of those 2 deals I got going on there. So
yeah, we're doing the same thing.
Great, please and thank you.
Yeah,
would you
for sure. So if you are in Illinois, you can wholesale in Illinois, but you need to have a real estate license. And if you don't have a real estate license, then you have to take it under title underneath your personal self or your LCC before you can wholesale it. You have to own the property to wholesale it.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah. Double close, right?
More or less, but not.
It's almost a double close, but a hold, right? Like it's got to be. You know how double closes, like at the same table, you're just saying, "Hey, I bought it. Oh, I'm selling it."
Nice.
I think in Illinois you have to prove that you do own it.
You have to take it fully under title. Like it has to be transferred to the deed, and then you can do it. So
double title.
I've never heard of that, but yeah, something like that, I would assume.
And it's expensive, That's the other part of it. You're now talking another $4,000 in all the paperwork.
What I think you might
I meant to say Cleveland. I'm so sorry. I get the C's mixed up. I'm dyslexic.
Bashir, seriously.
I just thought about
that. That's just dumb.
No. No, I'm genuinely dyslexic. I was like, Chicago, is that really like Cleveland? I'm so sorry.
Okay, you're good. You're good.
Off-market Cleveland, off-market Cleveland, not Chicago.
All right, perfect. You're awesome. Okay,
Thanks,
bro.
guys. Talk soon.
Absolutely. Take it easy. All right, Trent, are you off your call? And you're on mute if you're not.
Okay. Yes. I've been on the phone all morning.
I think you were on the call, so we didn't want to bug you. What's up?
I'm just wondering with the trust acquisition and the numbers. Now, are they mostly looking for stuff that's like an even cash flow or positive cash flow, or can they be like a little in the negative, or how does that work?
Okay, good. No, great question. But the whole point is, you got to think like a buyer, and a buyer wants a deal. And so, especially with sub 2 is what you're asking specifically about sub 2. I like going in with 0, like if they have some equity in there, I don't want to give them anything. That's always my go-to. That's my start. Because if there's equity in the house, that's sellable to a buyer. So a buyer's looking at that saying, "Oh wow, I can walk into this with 10 grand in equity." You never know the motivation of the seller. So the seller might just need to get out. They might want to be done with their monthly payment of $800, $900 or whatever it is. So it's all about that motivation. And so that's where you want to figure out their motivation before I always offer nothing to start.
So are they usually so when we're wholesaling these, is it marketed towards someone who's going to buy it and live in it, or is it marketed towards mostly investors?
100% investors. Nobody. It's very rare that you sell it to somebody that's going to live in it. I think there's a huge market there that needs to be tapped, because it would be so great if buyers that are going to live in them would put together buy boxes. It would make our job a lot easier. We could just start searching for properties for people in kind of a boutique, kind of a way. But mostly it's investors. And so all they're caring about is a deal. They just want a big deal. They want to make sure they're making money.
So if they got to spend like $200 a month to keep the property, if it cash flows like negative 200, then the investor would still like it because of the equity in the property and the low interest payment?
Okay, so in general, they don't want those. They don't want something that doesn't. But you'll hear Richard say, "Oh wow, this property is turnkey. It's perfect. There's no renovation that's needed. It's almost brand new. I'm gonna do the equity play where I'm gonna buy this. I know I'm losing $200 a month, but hopefully it's gonna be worth a ton in 8 years when I balloon it out." So that's why you hear him say that. My feeling is, I just want ones that are cash flowing huge and 0% interest, and I want to get in and really have a great deal, because buyers are going to buy that. We'll put them out there, and buyers will just walk away from them because they're not good enough deals. They're inundated with deals, so you got to stand out somehow.
Okay, so the idea is to get as much cash flow as possible with the sub 2.
Yeah, with sub 2, the equity is a big play on sub 2s. So if they have $20,000 in equity and you can get in just taking over their payments, now you've got a built-in 20 grand that somebody's going to make if they hold on to it, and the investors like that. That's something that's attractive to investors.
Okay,
they'll
pay
$5 grand for another 20 grand in equity. You know what I mean? So there's an assignment fee that's going to be there.
so at least bare minimum, even cash flow. The cash flow's zero, but the equity's there. Like, is that still appealing to them too, or?
Well, think about it. What would you want? Like, really think about, like, okay, I want you guys to find deals that you're like, dang it, I wish I had the money to do this. You know, those are the ones that we're going after for sure.
Okay, well, I'll keep that in mind because I've been looking for a lot of, I call seller financing is difficult, especially with duplexes, because they're like, well, I can make $3,000 a month, or I could just make $1,200 a month from you, or for example. So
yeah. Well, like, keep in mind, here's something with the duplexes, and I'll give you an example. I bought one in Conroe, Texas. The guy just wanted $60,000. It was a $500,000 property, turnkey, perfect, all renovated, everything new. It was awesome. All he wanted was, he's like, I just need $60,000 to start a business. And he's like, and I'll take $1,000 a month. I'm good with that. That's awesome.
Right.
That'll help with my business. And it rents for $4,000 a month. Okay, so he's walking away from $3,000 a month in equity. I mean, in cash flow. But his motivation was he wants to get off to something else. He moved out of the area. He needed the money. He wanted to pull a little bit of money out of his investment, and so he's totally good with it. So
okay,
that's a deal you can't say no to. Like, you can't even, like, yes, please, I'll take that.
So it's just all about finding finding the motivated seller, which sometimes is tough because they all want the lump sum. And
yeah, but I mean, depending on their motivation, that's the whole point. That's why when we call realtors, we really want to get to be their best friend and get to know them really well. Because
I've been having a good conversation all morning, and unfortunately, nothing came out of it. But I'm definitely focusing on just getting them talking. I like how Richard said, let them talk 60% of the time. You talk 40% of the time. So I guess with the duplexes and seller financing and things like that, it's going to be more of a numbers game, right? So you just gotta just call as many as you can. And but I'm just trying to figure out with a sub 2. So even if they're cash flowing like 150, 200 a month, but they got good equity, you think that's still
that's attractive? Yeah, with good equity, it's always attractive.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, I'll keep that in mind going on because those are. I think those are probably the easiest to sell, right? If somebody's going to lose money on a sale as opposed to they can make money on a sale, those are kind of a little easier to swing than convince. Yeah.
And beat up the realtors on sub 2s as well. Like, tell the realtor, like, hey, come on, this guy's not going to make any money. Why are you going to take $14,000 of this deal? Hey, I'll give you $500 to walk away. You're done. You can take it off your books and you make $500. Sometimes they bite. I had one that did it for $1 because the guy it was the day that he was losing his house. And I came in, saved the day, paid up his mortgage. He was behind like 7 months. And the realtor's like, I just want to make sure this guy has representation. So can you pay me $1 just so we can make this official? I'm like, absolutely. So you never know. That's my whole point. And so talk, ask, and push it. But push it in a friendly way. You don't want to be that guy that comes in and is like, oh, I know it's $200,000, but I'll give you $50. It's like, you don't want to be that guy. They're hearing that all day long. And so if you can build up that rapport, that's everything. Because people, as Richard says, people like to do business with people they like. And so
I know. And I heard, just saying their name a lot helps too for anybody who didn't.
Well, and just being yourself, be genuine, make fun of them, have fun with it, like we build up rapport in here. And that's the whole reason I like when we do things with the cameras on, because I mean, if I heard Bashir on the phone, I wouldn't want to talk to him. We've got the same haircut too. I just got my haircut. So we're looking the same.
French with the same haircut.
I know.
What a great name. Great name.
We're just great people. That's all there is. At least we're not Bashir. That's all I can say.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, see ya. Okay. Kev, how are you?
Doing good.
Good. How are you?
Yeah, good. Can you hear me?
Awesome. I can.
Excellent. Yeah, I have a bit of a situation. great rapport with the agent down in Tampa. Came to a verbal agreement. They said, okay, they picked you and all this stuff. Excuse me. And then the proof of funds. They're asking for that. Now, I give them the pitch that, well, corporate, they'll do that. The contract admin will take care of that once we have the signed contract.
Yeah.
That they weren't going for that. They needed something.
Yeah,
So send them that Plan D letter from that service.
Love it. We will always JV with you, and once you JV with us, we're more than happy to give our proof of funds, and they're real. And so that's the difference. I mean, I really don't like that thing. I haven't used it. I don't know. I'm just a hater on it. But if you want to JV, especially if this is your first deal, what we offer when we JV with you guys is not only proof of funds and all that stuff and credibility and on-call realtors. You know, we want to help you all the way through, because you're going to use us for the first deal and maybe the second deal. But once we teach you everything on the back end and show you what a pain in the butt it is, then you can start doing it on your own. And that's the whole point. I mean, there's way too many people in here. It's constant. And so we want to help anybody we can. And so, you know, that's why we JV. It's to get you through the process, and we're more than happy to give you our proof of funds for that.
That'd be great. I submitted it to your form earlier, about an hour ago. So
okay, good. Yeah, you figure about 24 hours. We get a ton of submissions every day, and I've got a team of 9, and they're amazing, but they are inundated. So just be. I got
a text from one of them asking some questions, Darlene, and it's. I can forward over the letter of intent and really the email thread between the agent and myself. Here a couple days ago, she's saying that tried to call the number on Plan D to confirm the funds and can't confirm anything. Wants to know, and I replied back, well, you know, typically that's not what we do. I kind of went around everything to get to that. All we need is the contract. Well, it's been 2 days, radio silence.
Well, why do you think that is?
Yeah, because no proof of funds.
Your credibility went out the window.
Yeah, so with that letter.
You can call back and say, hey, I partnered with a new, I've got new partners, and we'd love to send you a proof of funds. You can call the guy that owns the proof of funds. We'll talk to you. That's the hard thing about that form. It's just shady, and we all know it.
Yeah. Well, it's the way I've set it up. It's open to that for whoever is the one stepping into place as the contract admin or whatever to give the proof of funds. It's just I put the company policy thing up there to block that.
Yeah.
So I could introduce someone or if I could have someone call her, because I see she read my emails, but no reply.
Yeah, gotcha. But you understand. I mean, it makes total sense. She's like, geez, another one. It's another one of these guys.
Yeah, exactly. I just got put right in the same box with the rest of them.
Exactly. And that's what we want to stand out. That's why we want the rapport. We want them to be friends. We want to make sure the second you kind of fib to somebody, they're done with you.
Yeah. Yeah. And with this, it's just, well, we got this for you. Yeah, I said I really don't deal with that myself, so this is what I got. But they'll give you whatever you need once they have the signed contract. Leaving that open, but no response. And I don't want to walk away from these 2 duplexes. We're looking at 278,000 off of list. So
you're 270 off list.
278,000 below asking.
Which is awesome. Okay. Well, yeah, let's work on this one. It's already in with my guys. And if Darlene's already talking to you, you've got the best of the best in there. She does all our transactions, so she's awesome.
Yeah, if I can get an email to send to, I'll send the email thread with the letter of intent and everything.
Okay, Marilyn's in here, and so I'll also Marilyn, if you can email Darlene and Kev, if you email Darlene and say you talked to me. You want to JV with us? Like, let's get the proof of funds out, and maybe we can like bring this thing back to life, hopefully.
Yeah, I can introduce in the admin people that'll be doing that and provide that proof of funds. It's already set up for that. It's just got to happen. That's the only thing.
Yeah, no problem. And just and fall on the sword a little bit with the realtor and just be like, hey, I'm new to this. I'm just trying to get my feet wet. I'm sorry. I thought this was what it's supposed to do, but I talked to my team and they said, no, dummy, do it this way. And so, the more you can be that guy,
yeah,
then she'll be like, okay, now I understand why you're nervous and you're trying to figure it out. That's awesome.
Yeah, I've got it set up for that already. I kind of already was saying that. It's just I then need someone else to step in and provide the actual proof of funds.
Okay, perfect. We'll do it.
Yeah.
Problem solved. We love solving problems. I love crushing dreams, but I also love to solve problems. So
excellent.
Okay, Kev. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. Linnell, how are you?
I am doing well. How's it going?
Well, good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
You're always very dramatic. I love that. You turn off your mic. I want your level of cool if I could. That'd be amazing.
I tell myself that every morning that I am cool.
Bashir needs to do that too, because he is.
Well, Bashir and I share dreadlocks, so I think it comes in. I think he has it. He just hasn't brought it out of himself yet.
Yeah,
he knows. He knows what he is.
He knows. Got to get him some confidence. Bless his heart.
Cool. So, cool. So I found myself in I don't know, a deal that may be serious. I found a 19 apartment complex. He talked about seller financing, but I didn't like his terms at all. So I just gave him a cash offer, 150 below asking, and he was like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Yeah." So
you're like, "Shoot, I should have gone 200."
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. I was like, "Damn it, I should have went lower." I was listening to Richard, and he was telling me all about the cash deals. I think I talked about this last time, but they have on there something about the DSCR loans. Should I try to keep going with this cash offer because cash flows way above 1%? I think the cap rate is 12%.
Great! Yeah,
which
I learned. You keep going. This is great. No, and he was so excited about it. The other thing, he can kind of play and take its shot and say, "Oh, did I tell you, 150 below? I meant it was, you can always play that game and just, test the waters."
Well, he was testing me, but because he texted me like, "Hey, I just wanted to see if you're serious because I have some other offers," which I never take serious because that's just him trying to push me. So I'm not sure where to go here because I'm like, should I? I mean, it's a cash offer. Do you want me to send you the?
Yeah, let's send me the address, and I think Shane probably popped off. He was so I'll have Shane run the numbers too down. Let me just see if he.
I think it's cash flowing. I think a few of them are 2 bedrooms, a few of them are 1 bedroom, and the rent is between 900. If I just do the bottom, I think it's cash flowing something like 12,000.
All right.
Let's see. Message. Boop. All right. It's in your DMs.
Got it. Thank you, sir.
It doesn't need any renovations. Occupancy is pretty high already. There's only two of them that are not occupied.
And have they sent you a pro forma yet?
I haven't. I asked them for it. And I'll check that out. But basically, I run all the numbers on my own, and I'm kind of like this. I'm not sure why he's selling it. The only thing that I hear is that he's just moving on to bigger projects, which is standard.
Oops. Yeah. Stand by just 1 second.
Yep.
Did I freeze? Am I good?
Nope.
Okay, I'm back.
You're good.
When I go to the chat, I get all frozen on my side. Okay, let's see. Have you run it through PropStream?
Yes. Have I run it through property? No, I ran it through Vidusha's stuff. That's why. Yeah, he's just upside down, but not by much. Not by. I mean, he just put in renovations in it, so but it's worth more.
Okay, there we go. We're back. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's see. Did you say you have prop stream? I glitched out on my side. I apologize.
I did. I just put it in. The only thing I see is his equity. He has a balance, a mortgage balance of like 300 grand, but that's not a ton.
Right. So we're in the hybrid world.
Somewhat could be hybrid, could be cash.
Yeah, cash is probably the better way to go. Let's see. Where did it come up? Okay, I found it.
Yeah, I took off the last numbers.
Yeah. Yep, that's what I figured. Well, it looks like he's upside down. First glance here.
It's upside down with the loan.
7.34%. That's a big rate.
Yeah, it's upside down with the loan. It's not upside down with the value.
Okay. And where do you place the value at?
850.
How are you getting that?
The value?
Yeah.
Oh, the asking price is 1 million.
Okay. And there's 4 properties?
No, this is
5.
one. This is a 19 unit complex.
19 units, okay.
So maybe I'm missing something.
No, I don't think so. Well, okay, he's got. Did you look under linked properties in PropStream?
I did not.
You're gonna love this.
Oh,
18 properties.
And it's
total
upside
open
down.
loan amount of 7.3 million, and his portfolio equity is a negative 6 million.
Damn.
Holy shit.
This guy is
upside down.
Upside down.
Yeah.
So potentially good.
Yeah.
This guy's bleeding.
It sounds like it. Now, okay, now this makes more sense.
Yep.
So
That's the best part of what we're doing. This is where we get to be detectives. Like, this is fun. So now you know his motivation.
Yes.
Okay. So he might not even care about this thing. He might just want to stop paying monthly. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So if that's true on his mortgage, what's he paying monthly? $8,000 a month. Did you see the payment?
Yeah.
On a $300,000 loan. Like, that ain't right.
That's stupid. That's
right.
Yeah. That's
so he's trying to get out of that thing. So your cash offer, that's why he's like, what? Wait, what? I can get some cash out of this. Awesome, because I'm $5-6 million in the hole right now. So any kind of money that he finds, he's gonna live off of.
Okay.
So he's dying for that cash offer. You might be a little bit high. Sorry.
So how do I come back and be like, hey, I looked
Blame
at
it on your team.
Okay.
Blame it on that mystery lender team that you have, and just be like, because it's either a financial guy, your lender, your team. Blame it on those guys, because again, that puts you in a position where you're buddy with this guy. Like, hey, let's make this work. Let's show these guys how this can work. I want to help you out, and I can tell that things are rough. Like, how can I take it to my team and prove to them that we can do some kind of a deal here?
Okay.
Because just the fact that he said, really? You serious?
Yeah, I was shocked. I was like, man, that's 150 grand below. Why is he even like entertaining it?
Right. Because he's broke. He's really, any kind of cash that comes out of this is awesome. He's so thrilled. So, I mean, a little story. I mean, I had a primary that I put on market during COVID for $1 million more than it was worth, just for fun. And we got it. And so I'm like, what crap, we have to move. But like, it's one of those things where people do that. They throw them up way too high because they just want to see what's happening. This guy's hurting And so he put it up nice and high. But I mean, a 19 unit place for $1 million is pretty great. But if you can get it for 750, it's even greater. Okay. But if he can get 750 in his pocket, he's living the dream. Like he gets out of that thing. He doesn't have to pay his, his $8,000 a month. What kind of what are the rents monthly? Have you figured it?
7 to 900. So there's a few few 1-1s and a few 2-2s.
So worst case scenario, about 14,000 a month. Okay. Yeah. So he's loving that cash flow because he's paying 8. And that's the only place that he's scraping by. But he's good to leave that and lose it to get a nice fat check.
Okay. I will give him a call and start negotiating.
Let's see what happens. And go low. I mean, you can go lower. Like at this point, it doesn't matter. Your biggest clue in this whole thing was when he was like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah.
Like the dumbest thing you can say in any negotiation. Like, what? That's amazing. Nobody's that's awesome. So yeah, see what happens. Like who knows?
I'll give him a call. The realtor and I are really buddies, so he'll be fine.
Well, and tell the realtor that you got beat up by your team. Like, oh yeah, they totally beat me up. They saw and you can start sharing the stuff that Say, this guy's $5 million in the hole or $6 million in the hole with all of his properties, and see what the realtor says. Because they'll be like, yeah, I know. I don't know how I'm going to do this. It's so great. Okay, good,
cool. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, bro. Take care.
Have a good one.
Okay, Mikey, what's going on?
How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. Thanks for your time. I have some questions about underwriting.
Whose board is that back there?
It's my dad's old company. It was like a company in Colorado, Sin Skateboards.
No kidding. Oh, that's so cool.
It's still going. My dad just sold it.
I did X Games. I did X Games since it started. Like I've got a production company, and so we rolled with all those skateboarders. That's awesome.
My uncle's Andy Mack, if you know that vert skater, dude. Yeah.
I know Andy. Like Andy and I were great friends back then.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's killer. I haven't seen him in years, but
that's awesome. Yeah, no, we did everything because he and Tony Hawk we would do stories with those guys all the time.
Yeah, all the time. They skate together still to this day all the time.
Way. I haven't heard that name in forever. That's so sick.
Tony's the man too. I haven't seen them in ages, but yeah.
Where do you live? Are you in Enso or no?
No, I'm in North Carolina.
North Carolina, okay.
In Wilmington.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so fun. Okay, good. Sorry.
Cool. Yeah, so I got this portfolio from an agent that's also the seller. And I'm trying to figure out like my underwriting, like how I'm going to underwrite it and just like what numbers I kind of like need and to make everything work. Like I know I need like the purchase price of everything, like the rent. I have the rent rolls, all that stuff. And like insurances and property taxes. I know how to like find them, but I just want to make sure I'm like going after the right numbers to like have a correct underwriting process.
Okay, cool.
So that's kind of where I'm at and where my questions hold.
Okay, perfect. So there we go. Shane's back too. Speaking of underwriting, send us both Shane and I. He's TKO cheat code. Send us both the address just so we can take a peek at it.
Okay.
How many properties?
It is 8.
Nice. Okay.
I'll send you what I got. I started working off my iPad and it's kind of weird.
It is a pain.
Yeah. My computer shit the bed, so I'm just trying to use this.
Welcome to IMAX. I mean, did you have a MacBook Pro or what?
Yeah, from like 2015.
Okay, I'm the same. I love it. I did that with my daughter. She always got
DM'd you, Trent,
okay,
what I have in my notes for everything.
Got it. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. This one's going to take.
Yeah, I had it all. I had it all added up here. I can.
Don't worry about it. This is fine. This is perfect. Let me send this over to Shane too. Get ready, Shane.
I'm ready. Holy, okay.
Yeah, we love this. This is great. No, don't apologize.
I'm up for the challenge.
I think I'm looking for the insurances number because I don't have anything for that right now.
Okay.
And I'm just
I'll tell
trying
you
to.
What do we got? 10 of them? 1, 2, 3,
I think
9
it's
of them.
8 or 9 of them.
Okay. Let's help you offline just because we're gonna have to go through a lot of this. It's gonna take a little bit of time.
Okay.
But no, good stuff. Yeah, definitely we'll look at all this because
okay.
Is this something you want to JV with us and we can help you through the whole process, or what do you think?
So I already like I work with this buyer in Missouri that
good.
He's already super interested in it, but I've only been doing this like a week or 2 weeks. So like I'm still trying to figure out my underwriting process, and this is the first portfolio, so I'm like trying to like really make sure my numbers are buttoned up so I can present him with something that's correct.
Absolutely, the whole reason we're doing cheat code, and that's what Shane's doing, and so that makes me totally happy. So let us help you underwrite it.
I got the numbers. It's done.
So I did like a brief thing on Skywatch just with what I had, and it just with everything it does cash flow really well, and most of those rents also are below market, so like a good like $4,000 I think it was under market per month.
Okay.
So there's room for improvement, and even with the below market rents, it does cash flow at like 30%.
Oh, good. Okay, Shane, does that make sense?
8 out of the 9 properties passed, so it's decent. Actually, 8 of the 9 properties are really good. Just give me a sec. I'm just copy and pasting.
Okay, cool. Well, let me ask you, Mikey. So you've got a buyer already. So what's your next step?
I just need the seller to really like. We're still negotiating our terms, like what he's okay with seller finance and everything. So, and he's a super cool guy. He's the agent. He's an agent and he's the seller. So like, and I told him straight up. I was like, I'm gonna be wholesaling this. This is like what I got going on. He's like, perfect. Like, I want to make sure like everyone makes money and like this is a lucrative thing for everybody. So like, let me just review my stuff. So seems like it's in a good process. I just want to make sure I'm bringing correct numbers and like I'm coming with a solid.
No, absolutely. We'll
solid
give you
frame to do everything.
So
Shane already likes it, so that's good.
Your monthly cash flow, it's I mean on 8 properties, it's not great, but your monthly cash flow is $871 per month for the whole portfolio.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're getting, Mikey, on your numbers?
No. $800 a month.
Yeah, $870 a month.
What are you seeing?
How are you getting that number?
Well, once you add the tax and everything in, and you do cash flow equals your gross rental income minus your operating expenses minus your mortgage payment, you come out with cash flow. So this is at granted 20% down and 7.5 DSCR loan. So depending on how you pick it up, it might be different than that.
So when I have the property tax in there, that's per year. That's the yearly tax.
That's what I have them in there too. It's here.
Okay.
Annual. So here, let me show you
what state are these in?
Which was that?
Are they all in different states?
No, they're all in one town.
What state?
Missouri.
Okay.
I got a couple of properties in Missouri right now. I'll just send you. Are you okay with me putting it up in the chat, or do you want me to send it to you?
No, send
it
DM
to me.
Okay.
Yeah, DM.
No problem.
For sure. Yeah.
Get the cash flow in there for you. Just 1 second.
What are you thinking per month for all of them, Mikey?
So when I put all those numbers that I had into the Skywatch thing, it says 4,300 a month.
Okay.
That's with property taxes and operating expenses and all the stuff that I can't change in Skywatch.
Okay.
So
and insurance there shouldn't be brutal. So
no, I think it's per month. It's like $520 ish
for all of them
for property tax. Yeah.
Oh, what about insurance?
I don't have the insurance numbers. I'm waiting to hear back from.
Okay, so that's gonna be more too. But property taxes on 9 properties is $500 a month.
That's what I got from my.
Okay.
I have
Bashir thinks so too, so that's great.
900,
yeah,
949.
He's doing a lot of this. I don't know what that means, but
yeah, it's.
I was saying me too. $500 a month for the portfolio of 9 properties in Jacksonville. The guy's taxes are unheard of. The realtor was even saying this is unfathomable.
But that's for 9 properties on yours? No
but
way.
mind you, they're all in the same exact block. They're all in the same exact, like 2 plots of land, 4 on one, 5 on the other.
And 500 is cheap to me. That seems really low. Is that
I'll
what
give
you're thinking?
the official numbers and I'll send them over to you. Let me get a hold of them.
The
Great.
532 North on College Ave is $689 a month alone for property tax.
Boy, that Mikey turned off his camera. He's so
Sorry.
He's so.
I don't know what happened.
I'm done
I'm still
with you,
trying to
Jason.
figure out the iPad. It's a struggle.
There we go, Trent. You can take a look at it too, Trent.
I'm looking at what you just sent me.
Thank
Yeah. So I'm not sure if it's a mistake of what I put in, but 532 College Ave is coming up at $8,268 a year for taxes, which, I mean, that seems pretty high. But if that's true, it's $689 a month alone just for that one property.
Oh, 82. Yeah. Why would that be so much more?
I don't know.
Let me deep dive on that.
That's what is coming up on PropStream.
No. I mean, it'd be pulled from PropWire, it'd be pulled from Zillow and other online places that don't have the paid wall.
Well, the college I got from PropStream was annual taxes were $689.
$689
for annual.
I think that's where it's getting screwed.
If that's the case, then let's let me go back and I can make that.
That's at least what I got on PropStream.
Yeah, and I'm checking Prop right now. What do you know? What county this is?
I don't. I can look it up though.
Okay, because a lot of times what I like to do is I like to go in and let's see what tax information here is.
Yeah, if you just that would change a lot of things.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely it's definitely in the 600s because they've got a track record from back to 2016, and it just slowly has gone up over time. So definitely, that number's wrong. That's why this is beta testing.
I mean, out of all those things, that's the only thing it got wrong. We're on our way.
Yeah. It's Green County.
Green. Okay, cool. No, but I mean, it just would be weird that $8,000. I mean, if it was Texas, I'd be like, okay, that's Texas. I get it. But not.
I don't think that's the case.
No. Yeah, no, for sure.
Because then that'll come out to doing something correct, like right.
Oh yeah, no. That's going to make up the difference big time. Hold on, let's see.
Well, that's an extra $8,000 a year, basically, that you have in cash.
That tends to help out.
It tends to help out when there's only.
I'm just redoing the numbers. I'll post them for you guys shortly.
Same link.
Yep, same link. Yep, I'll just update
below it. Okay.
Yeah, so that turns from negative to let's see, Richard, positive cash flow. I mean, like the numbers are really good. You got cap rates in between 20 and 30% on some of them, 85% on one of them, and then you got 4 that are kind of low at 8, and 3 and 11. But I mean, it's performing for sure.
Cool.
Rent ratio.
Did great, Mikey.
Yeah, this one kind of fell in my lap, just making phone calls, and then he was like, "Hey, I just made a phone call." And
I'm going to make a point here. That didn't fall in your lap. You were making phone calls to realtors, okay? And so everybody that's in here, guys, if you're not on the phone, you're not finding these things that fall into your lap. You created your own luck there, Mikey, because you're making the effort. You're building rapport with people. You're getting to know people. You even have a buyer. Like, where did that come from?
From one of Richard's live streams, he like pulled him up on stage and he bought a deal. So I sent him a friend request and then hit him up and was like, "Hey, I got this going on." And he was like, "Let's hop on a call right now. I want this." I was like, "All right, I'll do my work."
No, and that's like,
use your resources. Resources are endless here, I feel like.
No, I'm so impressed with it. That's exactly what we're trying to teach is take it and find everything. Get creative. Think outside the box. I mean, just DMing the guy and being brave about it, essentially. Why not? That's amazing. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
You want to hear them? They're pretty sweet, actually. So your Morningside one's $871 a month. Your High Street is $1,100 a month. Your Elm Arc is $23.86 a month. Newton is $801 a month. Ethel is $651 a month. Yates or Yachts, whatever it is, $544 a month. College is now $543 a month rather than negative $8,000. Columbia is $446 and Nicholas is $600 a month. I'm just getting a total right now for.
How do I see the update there, Shane?
I haven't put the updates up. I'm still working.
Okay, because I was looking for it. I'm like, that's not working.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds. I just want to get it all.
I mean,
so Arthur. Yeah, total month is 4,100, 4,108. And
great.
That's financed. If you financed, if you were to cash purchase it, not have a loan or anything on it, your cash flowing $8,900 a month.
Yeah, that I'd be wanting to seller finance all these. So
yeah, so I mean, it all depends on how you come up. But for the most part, it's a deal pretty much any way you cut it.
Sick, killer.
Well done, excellent.
Yeah, I guess I just gotta.
Yeah, what do you need next? How can we help you? Anything?
I guess I just need to do my work on my end and just talk to everybody and get everything, all the ducks in a row, and just.
I totally believe you don't need our help JVing, but please lean on us for whatever, and we'll help.
Yeah, I definitely will. If for any reason my buyer doesn't want to do anything, or they somehow back out, I'll definitely be hitting you guys up because I put 2 of my deals that I've done the past 2 weeks into your buy box, and
awesome.
I've just gotten emails about them. So
okay, good.
Great. It's updated for you, so you can take a look now. But you have the numbers.
Sweet. Thank you.
Yeah. You need help, man? Let me know.
Yeah, I will. Appreciate it.
All right. Well done. Heck of a job. That's really impressive.
Cool. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time.
Everybody, take it easy.
Later.
All right. Daniel, I'm going to take you. You're going to be my last one today just because I come back in about an hour and a half. Daniel?
Just a second. Let me try it.
What's that?
He said just a sec.
Okay, cool. What's up, Bashir?
I got a quick question a student came to me with that I haven't come across. If a realtor asks if for a lease back with the option to purchase, how do we respond to that? I know how we feel about lease backs. That's not a problem, but the option to purchase, how do we move forward with that? That's new to me.
That's new to me too. As far as selling it to somebody, it's got to be an amazing deal because it's got to be something where, I mean, for them to buy it and have it work under those parameters is kind of
the price, the purchase price on the lease back option, but then that wouldn't be ethical to the seller, would it?
Say that again. You cut out.
You would have to inflate your purchase price to the seller in the lease back purchase option, but that would be unethical to the seller, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's totally true. And so I just don't think there's money to be made there because it all has to be the way they say.
I concur. Thank you for the clarification.
Okay, buddy.
I love that.
Okay, Daniel, what's up?
Hey, just checking in, seeing where things are at with 12plex. I haven't heard anything from Yvonne, so
let me check with her right now. Marilyn, can you shake Yvonne out of bed and see what we're doing here? Because remind me, you're waiting to sign, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
and you asked her to run up by
Mikey
and
Shane. Shane's right here, so that's good timing. So do me a favor, can you send me the just DM me at the address here? I can look it up, but it's just quicker here, and send it to Shane as well. Let's just run the numbers real quick and make sure that I think you're good, and that's why I don't know. I'm going to text Yvonne right now too. Hey Marilyn, if you can raise Yvonne as well and just tell her to check her texts. Okay, let's see. Hey Shane, did you get that one?
Just got the friend request and I got it now.
Okay, perfect. Excellent.
Shake a second.
Sorry, Daniel. I know it's been kind of crazy. I apologize.
Oh, you're good.
Okay, a little dead air here. Hey, Shane, send it to me too.
Yeah.
Just
for sure.
Thanks, bro.
Is it on market?
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time pulling it up. Give me a second, guys.
Yeah,
Sorry for the wait.
send me the address too, just so I can get eyeballs on it. Daniel, I appreciate your patience on this. I was being selfish the last few days hanging out with my family in Utah, so
Eric.
Yeah, you're such a jerk.
Golly, now I know how Bashir feels when I'm being mean to him.
No doubt, eh?
It kind of hurts a little bit. I know you're tough, Bashir. You can take it.
Okay, here we go. Income. So do you just want the whole breakdown, or are you guys curious about something in particular?
Yeah, he's ready to sign. So let's make sure his numbers are good.
I mean, he's debt servicing, so it's the 1.2, which is just under the 1.25. So it's not horrible. Annual income is about 66K. Total income monthly, 10 units is by $150 is about $5,500. And that's just pulled from market rent. I'm not sure if that's what they are or not.
Right.
He's got it listed at 500.
Realtor said 57.25 was what they were currently going for.
Okay.
57.25.
And that was for 9 of the units.
Did you? Yeah. So that would make sense. And did you get rent rolls or pro forma or anything from them?
Yeah, I sent that all over to Yvonne and everybody, but I can send it to you too if you want.
You want to send it to me? I can make the numbers a little bit more accurately for you, for sure. I'm saying you got a 7.92 cap rate, which is a little low, but I mean NOI is 39,600. Depending on what you can get it at with the is it listing price says 500K. So I mean, if you can get that seller financing or low money down or something sub 2 maybe. I'm not sure what the loan situation's at, but if you were to get a regular DSCR loan on it, it doesn't have huge returns, but it works.
We got it. What is it? 65 under.
65 under, so 445, 435, 435,
436 total.
Okay. Well, let's just see what this with that number.
And here I'm putting in the chat what's our strategy? I'm sorry, Daniel. I see so many things and I'm not too smart. So what strategy are you doing with this?
It's cash.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because their loan's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Shane, the loan's in the chat.
Yep. Give me a sec.
He's another one of the 16,000 a month loans.
Oh, geez.
He got it in September of 23.
So no wonder he wants to get out of it.
Yeah, he's hurting.
Do you have an email I can send those to?
You can just drop them on my picture and they should come up in my DM here or the message. I mean, I can give you my email if you like. It's not a problem. I'm not against that. It's just probably easier just to drop it in the.
Oh, you're good.
Okay, babe. Love you. Income estimation. So with what are we doing for cash flow? So cash flow overall, if you get it at 436 with 20 or 25% down, financing scenario, you're looking at about 1,070 a month. I mean, that all changes if you can get it for less down or different, seller finance terms or two terms. But basically, your annual gross income is 68,400. Operating expenses are 27,360. Your NOI ends up being 4140. But you had a cap rate of 8.83%. Cash flow after debt service, and that's after the 25% down at 7.5%. You have $12,840 a year for a cash return of 11%, 11.05%, and a gross rental multiplier. 6.8. So, I mean, it's a deal for sure.
That's with his discount, yeah?
Yeah, with the discount. And that's just that, like I said, DSCR loan. So, or at the 6.96% that he's got the loan right now. So you could sub to this. I think. I mean, I would.
At a 6.96.
Yeah,
his loan's 16,000 a month.
I mean, it's definitely a hard money loan. I don't see anything.
Yeah, no, sure.
It's probably six. That's why it's over 24 months.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the only reason why it's so high. So, you'd be better off, financing this through a bank. He did this because he couldn't.
But it's a cash offer. So I mean, whatever buyer. I just want to make sure the buyers will love it.
Well, if they love $1,000 a month cash flow, then I mean, yeah, they will.
Why you wouldn't? I think it's solid. Yeah, I would sign it, Daniel. and then let's push it through. And I'll be around. I'm going to be more diligent because I'm done with my family. Not done with them. They're still part of my life, but yeah, I'm here, and I'll personally talk to Yvonne right now and figure out why this hasn't been taken care of. But yeah, for sure, let's sign it and go, and we'll try to.
I just sent that over, but it's kind of a mess. So hopefully that makes sense.
Oh, it's no, it's all good. It's all good. It definitely is a mess, though.
We try to find the other stuff he sent me. We've gone back and forth so much. It's
sure
a mess right here too. So
okay,
timer.
That is the timer. Okay, guys. It's 11 o'clock, so I'm gonna I'm gonna talk to Yvonne right now just to make sure. But I'll be back in an hour, so I'm just gonna go run and pee for an hour. So really got to pee, and I think it's gonna take about an hour.
Hey,
old man stuff.
Oh my gosh, you're on fire! Well done. He's so proud of himself. Holy crap, that was pretty impressive. He is so proud of himself. You guys are awesome. Okay, I'll see you in an hour, and then we'll lead into Richard and kind of deal with him talking to everybody. Bashir, thanks for taking the punishment. We always appreciate you. You're awesome. Shane, I think the beta testing is going pretty solid. We're getting into a rhythm here, and I'm pretty psyched about it.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with last night. It's working pretty well. So
I think everything is working really well. So excellent job. And I'll see you guys in about an hour. All right. Thanks so much. Take it easy.